now and rock later. 4% of your retirement. We match the gross pay by 4% at Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Roll now and rock later. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Sandy, you tell them.
Check out what Baker Metal Works and Dixie Supply customers are saying. The best place for metal roofing materials. This company is amazing. Customer service was top-notch. Best service in the industry. We've used them for years. Best place ever. The metal roofing headquarters in our area. Come see for yourself why customers choose Baker Metal Works and Dixie Supply. Baker Metal Works and Dixie Supply, your metal roofing headquarters.
In the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle? We've got what you're looking for.
So come see us at Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC in Troy, and you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC. Our wide selection of pre-owned vehicles looks so good, you'll think they're new.
So take the short drive to Bill Jackson Ford in Troy, where you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
Bill Jackson Ford, Troy, Alabama.
Since 1959, the Commercial Bank of Ozark has been serving our community. It doesn't matter whether the times are good or bad, or if conditions are normal or different. The Commercial Bank of Ozark is here to serve you, your family, and your business. We make all our loan decisions locally, and we do it in a timely manner. Car, new home, home improvement, or business loans, the Commercial Bank of Ozark is here with the expertise and help for all your banking needs.
Your Wiregrass Honda dealers, Sam Boswell Honda Enterprise and Jim Skinner Honda in Dothan,
are the place to get your certified pre-owned Honda.
The only kind of Honda that looks like new, drives like new, but doesn't have a new car price.
Certified pre-owned vehicles come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty,
a 182-point inspection, and a Carfax.
Now is a great time to upgrade to a certified pre-owned Honda.
Come see us today at your Wiregrass Honda dealers.
Come join Wiley Sanders Truck Lines today. $1,000 sign-on bonus. We match your 401k up to 4%. Blue Cross, Blue Shield. We also have a dinner plan. You could be the next driver of the month. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. You're a certified mechanic looking for a job, then come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line. That's right, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We need good mechanics. Call John Smothers or Ken Bray for the maintenance department. You will have a future at Wiley Sanders Truck Line.
Hey, this is Chip Lindsey, head football coach of your Troy University football team. Save thousands on new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Shop PremierTroy.com, our local hometown dealership. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody.
They worked hard. You know, we talked about after we won, enjoying the win. And so we did that over the weekend. We came in for film on Sunday, and we go back to 0-0. You know, we talk about being 1-0 every week. And so they've had good 2 days of prep so far, and hopefully we'll finish out the rest of the week with good preparation. Georgiana's a good football team that comes in here, big athletic guys, and we're going to have to really get after it to have a chance to win.
How's the team responding right now in practice?
Good. They're responding good. They put Cottonwood behind them and moved on to Georgiana and focused on that. And that's kind of the be 1-0 every single week. Is you can't live in the past. You got to put that one behind you. Be in the now. Be where your feet are, and just play this week.
Yes, sir. Is there anything out there you'd like to tell the New Brighton fans for Friday night?
Just come out and support us. We're having a special event called Fastest Kid in New Brockton. The elementary school have been racing this week, and so the fastest kids from each grade will race in between the first and second quarter and the third and fourth quarter to name the fastest kid first through third grade and fourth through sixth grade. So that'll be something extra to see. And then obviously our guys are going to play hard and get after it and make you proud to be a fan of the Gamecocks. So come out and watch us play.
Coach, thank you for having us today. 1-0, that's great. Hopefully y'all can be 2-0, man, at the Friday night.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you having us, and good luck to y'all on Friday night.
Thanks.
We're back with Cam Curry, the outside linebacker here at New Brockton. Cam, man, 1-0, coming off of a Cottonwood win. How pumped is the team right now to go up against Georgiana?
I think we're doing pretty good. We just had a good day of practice, and I think we're really prepared for this game.
Awesome, man. Of course, like I was saying a while ago, Georgiana, usually a pretty good team, but, man, how I know right now the atmosphere here in New Brockton is just y'all are ready to go, and how right now is just the team, preparing for the Georgiana game?
We just taking it day by day and step by step, and we just hoping to have a good day. A good Friday.
All right. Is there anything like to tell the fans out there for Friday night?
Just come out and support us. Watch us beat Georgiana.
All right. Well, there you go. Well, Cam, appreciate you being here, and good luck to y'all for Friday night, man. Josh, how's defense doing right now after the big win against Cottonwood?
We're just trying to stay focused on the next goal. For real, we did our job. That's all you can ask of us. Do our job, get ready for the next one.
Next one's, of course, Georgiana. Usually they're a good team. And how's the team right now preparing for Georgiana?
100% locked in. You know what I'm saying? Tuesday, one of our hard days. You know what I'm saying? We're getting better, getting prepared. We don't let all the distractions get to us. Just get ready to perform on the field on Friday.
Awesome, man. What's some things that you would like to tell the Gamecock fans out there for Friday night?
Hey, come support. We do this for y'all. We do this for, you know what I'm saying, New Brockton, the city. Come support us.
All right, we're back with Caden Cup. He's the quarterback here at New Brockton. Caden, big win on Friday night against Cottonwood. You had a big game yourself. Caden, how's the team feeling right now going into the Georgiana game?
I mean, it feels good. It feels good. We're 1-0 now, but we're trying to put that game behind us. It don't matter anymore. Georgiana's our main thing right now, so we feel confident playing them. They got some guys, but we ain't really too worried about it. We believe in ourselves, so we should be all right.
How's the team responding right now in practice, offense, defense, and just everybody?
Oh, really well. Coming off that win really does help with momentum. It does a lot for, the mentality of the whole team itself, so it's doing really good for our team going into Georgiana.
And what's some things you would like to tell the New Brockton fans out there for Friday night?
Come out, pack the house. We want a lot of people here to watch us beat on Georgiana. We've been busting our tails, so Gamecock Pride.
Hey guys, we're here with Jordan Tasty. He's an athlete here at New Brockton. Jordan, man, how's everything going right now with New Brockton football? Y'all had a great win this past Friday night against Cottonwood. How are y'all feeling right now, man?
We're feeling really good right now, but we still know the job's not done. It's just one game. It's good to be 1-0. That's something we haven't done in 6 years. But right now we're really just hungry. We kind of got over the win on Sunday, and we're trying to prepare for Georgiana this week.
Awesome, man. Of course, Georgiana, traditionally a good team. How's the team responding right now in practice so far this week?
So far we've been responding really good. We've had to deal with the adversity of it being extremely hot over here. But so far we've been really competitive, and I think that will carry us a long way. We know Georgiana is usually a good team, but we truly believe that if we come together as a team, that we should be able to do what we want to do.
Jordan, what's some things you would like to tell the New Brockton fans out there for Friday night?
Come out and support us. We're going to give the same effort that we gave last Friday, and we're going to clean some things up. So it should be one heck of a game. So come on out and support us.
This is Bart Snyder along with Coach Mark Seaton of the Elba Tigers. Coach, you had a big game last week with Delville, a big win. How do you feel about that win with your team?
Well, good, man. We were excited to get the opportunity to play and, to get that first win under your belt's big. Of course, we made a lot of mistakes, but we also did some good things. So, we're looking forward to this being a big week that we can improve and get ready for Op.
Well, each year when you come into it, that first game, get those jitters out. You see a lot of mistakes that your team makes. You get game 2 coming, you see a lot of improvement there. But you really hope to see even more after that, I'm sure.
Well, that's what we talked to them about this morning. We watched some film this morning and showed them some of those things. And we definitely plan on getting better this week, and that starts here in about 10 minutes. So.
Yes, sir. And any highlights from last week's game that kind of stood out for you that impressed you?
Yeah, we did. Offensively, we had a bunch of different guys score. We got a freshman running back that had 3 touchdowns, so that was pretty big for him. Defensively, Byron Burks kind of led our team in tackles. Also had Christoph Caldwell make some big plays in the game. So there was a lot of good things that happened, but man, we sure do have to improve for Op this week.
Well, there's no doubt about that. Op brings definitely a different beast into it. Great coaching staff over there, just like here with Elba. What do you expect to see with Op?
Well, they didn't play last week, so we don't have any film on them. I'm sure they know what we're going to do, and we feel like they're going to throw the ball. They got a good running back though too, and a big offensive line. So we're going to have our hands full. Our primary focus though, kind of like we've been talking about, has got to be us. I mean, we've got we've got enough problems of our own to worry about before we get into Op. So.
And that's exactly right. This part of the year is mainly focused on your team, getting them better, getting them ready for that region play which is 2 weeks away.
Right.
And, you know, we've got that. But it's great to have the competition that you'll have to prepare for someone like Opp. Well, Coach, we wish you the very best in the Opp ball game and also in this upcoming season.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
All right, we're back with the Coach Mark Stevens show, and now we have a player, Caldwell, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, and what position do you play?
Middle linebacker and blocking back.
And blocking back, all right. Had a big game last week with Delville. How did you feel about the win?
I felt very good about it. It was our first win, and, you know, it's a lot more work we can still do, but, you know, we're finna get it done.
Well, that's what it takes. Each week, work to get better, put that time in. Have Opp coming up this week. Know
Yes,
that definitely a big task at hand there, but that's what you want coming into your season. What do you kind of expect to see from Opp?
I see last year they passed a lot, so I'm expecting to see a lot of passing, and, you know, that's pretty much it. But, you know, our team, we got to win last year, so I thought we can do it again.
There's no doubt about that. Just stay focused on what you're supposed to do your job, and follow the process in which your coaching staff have for you to do here, and I expect to see big things out of Elba this year.
Yes,
Best
sir.
of luck.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, now we're with Brady Johnson, quarterback of the Elba Tigers. Big, exciting win last week.
Yes, sir.
Any highlights that you had that stuck out in your mind over the game?
Had a big touchdown pass to Peyton McCart. Made a great catch on it. Had a dump off to Alvin Henderson. Made a play.
That's great. That's great. Always good to have those things right there. And I know nothing like having a good offensive line protecting you to make sure you're able to do those things, correct?
Yes, sir.
With Opp coming up this week defensively, kind of what you expect to see with them?
Well, last year we had to pass it, so expect the same thing. Hopefully we can run on them, but I ain't seen another game film yet. So.
Well, and that's a hard thing to do. They got a new coaching staff, I think. That's right. And so they didn't get to play last week, so it does make it kind of difficult when you come into a game like that. A little advantage to them for having some game film from last year. But you take care of yourself and do what you're supposed to do, and you got a week to get ready, and that's what you do. And I expect big things out of Elba, and we wish you and the Tigers the best of luck.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. All right, back with Byron Burks. What position do you play?
I play outside linebacker and running back.
And running back, okay. And what grade are you in?
I'm a senior right now.
A senior right now, okay. And had a big game last week, I'm sure?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And very proud of that win right there. It's always great to start the year off with a win. Any highlights that you have that comes to mind right away for you or your team from last week?
I had a big run, but I stumbled. I didn't score. And then I had a few other runs. I had a big plays on defense and stuff like that.
Okay, well, that's great. Well, we got Opp coming up this week. What do you want to tell the people of Elba as we get ready for that Opp ball game?
Come out and support. It's gonna get real competitive and everything.
Well, that's great. Now, do we play here or do we go to Opp?
It's here.
It is here. That makes it even better. Now, I've coached around the area in Goshen for several years, and there is nobody that brings a bigger crowd than what Elba brings to the ball game. So it ought to be pretty exciting. It ought to be a packed house and a great atmosphere for some good Friday night football here in the state of Alabama, especially right here in Elba. So we wish you and the Tigers the very best. Good luck.
Last week we took on J.U. Blackshear. We ended up winning 34-7, but you know, as a coach, you always got things you can work on, things you can fix. One thing that I'm proud of, our guys played extremely hard, and that's one thing you don't want to have to coach is effort. But I thought those guys did a really good job of playing hard. J.U. Blackshear's got a good football team, and they played hard as well. But just proud of the effort of our guys. You know, Keyshawn Glanton, KG, had a big night, had 138 yards rushing on 10 carries, 4 touchdowns, and had another reception for 28 yards and a touchdown. And several other guys that contributed, and John Taylor had 4 rushes for 90 yards. And the defense, they played really well and held J.U. Blackshear to 7 points until late right there. And just extremely proud of the effort overall. We got a lot of mistakes we got to clean up, but those are all correctable, fixable, and hopefully we can put our best foot forward and move on to this next game. You know, Brantley is a long-running rivalry around here, and, you know, it gets everybody's blood pumping, as it should. You know, these are the games that you work all summer to prepare for. You know, this is one you look forward to. You circle on the calendar. You know, they got a good program. We've got a good program, and if this don't light your fire, your wood's wet, you know. And we're in the film room, we're in the weight room. We treat it just like a normal week, but we know there's an extra amount of excitement right there as we begin preparation for Brantley on Friday night. Well, you know, we just made a schedule change. One of the teams that had agreed to come to us, Central Coosa, has backed out of that. So next week we'll have to travel to Central Coosa, which still leaves us with 8 home games. Financially, that's important because last year we didn't only having 3 home games. That really kills your budget. But, you know, and just having that home field advantage, having the crowd behind you in Glen Daniel, which is a historic place to play, and everything, you know, Coach Daniel passed this past spring, and everything that he set forth here as far as traditions and how he done things on and off the field. We want to carry that same tradition. We want to carry that same integrity that he had, you know, and it's just a special place to play. You feel like anytime that you roll out in Glen Daniel, you got a good chance to win on Friday night.
This game is really, really different in a sort because it's not just like playing the game, but the atmosphere out around the game, just the crowds in general, everything's more big, loud. You got to be like mentally focused because this game, it's just like one of your high school rival teams. Like, you'll never be able to play this team again. Like, in my perspective, you'll never be able to play this team again. This is your last year to show them what you got. So last week, you know, we're coming back on this week. We're seeing offenses on, like, our defense is seeing offensive, which we've seen regularly. But like last week's, you know, we had to make several checks and get used to them and learn their offensive play style. But now that we're coming back to like a more regular style and like seeing it more often, that I feel like this coming week is going to be a lot easier. We've been putting some stuff in, you know, just to give ourselves a little bigger boost and stuff. But I really think we're going to get back and get rolling and like have a bigger chance because we're used to seeing styles of offense like that on defense. I really don't feel like we have any key players because if you have key players and they help you win the game, then, I mean, it's really not a team. And because in my perspective, we do everything as a team. We win as a team. I mean, it don't matter what you do. You're still going to have to be a team at the end of the day and win the game. But I feel like one of the things that helped us is we've grown in the past year, like, a lot. We've got more physical, got more grit about us, more toughness, just all around. We're a lot more physical team this year.
It's very important. I'm not from this area, but I moved here recently, a year ago, and I've learned the importance of this rivalry. Both schools are great schools, are great kids, and they work really hard. And I just know it's going to be a really great game, not only for the school, but the community.
Just hard practicing, everybody being focused and locked in as one.
Hey, good afternoon. I'm Bart Snyder with Troy Cable, our coaches shows, as we start our season of 2021. And we just watched the Lou Verne coaching show right there, and we've also watched the Elba, and we want to give a special thanks to Justin Mahon for doing the New Brockton coaches show. Please pay attention and watch Troy Cable as we do these coaches shows over the next several hours, and they'll be played periodically throughout the day and week as we bring you high school football in Pike County. Come up next will be Pike County High School, then Zion Chapel, and then Enterprise by Fox Fleming. And later on we'll be live with Charles Henderson, Goshen High School, Pike Little Larks, Highland Home, Brantley, and Ozark, Carroll. So please watch as we bring you high school football for 2021.
We made a lot of mistakes in the game, you know, some young mistakes that players normally make that haven't played a whole lot. I'm extremely proud of my guys for staying in there and playing throughout the entire game. You know, we didn't play all that well the first half, but the second half I think we played a little bit better. You know, we got to continue to improve upon some of those things that we're doing in the game. And I think it gave us the opportunity to see ourselves first time on film. A lot of guys, even some of the older guys. And we're just trying to build on that this week. And I think coming in on Sunday, looking at it, and some of the guys kind of disappointed in how they played. But the coaches and I were proud of the guys, for, like I said, for playing hard throughout the game, you know, even though they made some mistakes. I feel like some of that would happen with the youth of the guys, but this week, I think they've been very positive in working hard and trying to improve upon some of those things.
What are you guys doing to prepare?
We've looked at them a little bit. Actually, this week, because we're off this week, we've been spending a lot of time working on us, not so much about Buhler. We realize they're our next opponent, but, we made so many mistakes in the game. This past Friday night, we've been doing a lot of things as far as working on Pike County. Buhler, right now they're playing okay. They played a real tough game against Lochapoka last week. I feel like if they wouldn't have made some of the mistakes they made earlier and given up a couple of quick touchdowns, they would very easily have won the game. And I think they play pretty good. They run the ball a lot. They found some things that worked, and they pretty much stay with it. I think they do a pretty good job on special teams, their offense and defense. But I think one thing I'm really impressed with their offense, because they do a lot of pulling and things like that as far as the backs. They have a couple of good big backs, so that can pose a problem for us. But I think if we continue to work like we're doing this week, I think we'll be fine when it comes to the game. I think we'll steadily improve and learn upon some of the things that we did. I think they're doing better. At first, they hear me a lot, screaming and yelling sometimes about some of the things we got to do, but and the coaches also. But I think them being able to play in a game, see how tough it is to play special teams, offense and defense at a high level and not make mistakes. I think they learned a lot from that. And so them being able to play in the game helped them a lot to be able to understand some of the things we've been talking about. So, they hear it from me so much, being in a game, and I was very proud to play in the game. I think Charles Simpson done a great job of preparing for the game. And so, but I think they learned a lot more from the game this past Friday night.
Well, what I learned the past Sunday watching film, I learned that I wasn't playing too good, so I had to. This way, I'm working on myself, playing the position I'm playing now, so working on blocking and stuff like that. Well, we said we didn't play well, nobody want to block, So, some players were scared, but I told them to push through it, so now this week, we just working on it. Well, I'm working on blocking right now for a couple of plays, and then at safety, I'm working on reading the formation, stuff like that, better. Buhler got a couple good players. We just got to work on our condition to get better. We just got to work on our defense so they start their offense.
Last year's team went 1-9. Obviously we're in the pandemic, so that was an interesting deal. Didn't get to have spring, and the weight room was really lacking. This year we've been able to have a spring, and we've been in the weight room. We had a little hiccup last week, and so had to cancel our jamboree, but we're looking forward to our first game this week against Kinston, and really looking forward to a chance just to compete, kind of get the bad taste from last year out of our mouth. Last week we had to cancel our jamboree due to COVID, and so we're back and everybody's practicing, and so we've been able to stay in the weight room like we wanted to. We're using the mask, hand sanitizer, we're doing all those things, trying to keep everybody safe. So just kind of following the protocols. So offensively, Kinston runs a single wing, and then they've added some spread concepts this year from the game that we saw last week, and so we've been practicing against those. We've been working against the single wing stuff for a while now because, we know we're going to face it with several opponents. Defensively, they're going to present a four-man front. We're a spread team, and so we're going to try to spread them out, and they play cover 3 a lot. And so, that's what we've been working against this week, and we mix it up and work against a lot of different fronts and coverages, but that's primarily what they've shown on film. Football's a team sport, and the ultimate team sport, in my opinion. So there's 11 guys on each side, of the ball. But we've got some seniors, that have been with us for a while. Zay Adair and Peyton Booth, are 2 guys that we're really looking forward to, expecting a lot out of this year. And then Braden Watson and Brady Cobb came on and joined our team this year. We have a lot of guys, have a lot of experience because of last year. That we're counting on, and I hate to even try to name all of them because I know I'll mess one up, but I know Mason Stewart is at quarterback for us this year. There's been some other guys that are competing at some spots, and so we're looking forward to seeing, how they compete under the lights. But I feel really good about where we're at, and we just need to get out and play. Yeah, I think our mindset's been really good. Positive team attitude. Everybody's looking forward to competing. Everybody wants to show off the work that they've put in the summer and spring and those type things. So, I think our attitude's been great. Obviously, everybody's ready to hit somebody else. I think that's one of the things that happens with every team every year. You get tired of hitting on each other. They're your teammates and your friends and brothers. And so, you look forward to having a chance to, go hit somebody else. So I think we're really looking forward to that. Well, we return a lot of experience. I think that's going to be huge for us. Defensively, a lot of kids have got a lot of reps. The same for offense because all the kids play both ways. But I think experience is going to be a bonus for us this year. And then we've gotten faster and stronger and feel like we're more athletic. So we're really, really looking forward to, seeing that on display. Yeah, Kinston's an in-county school, and so we'll go down there and compete. And then our first home game will be here September 10th. And so, we're looking for a lot of fans come out and show these kids a lot of, excitement and get them kind of fired up, ready to play. So,
hi, this is Fox Fleming with Wildcat Sports. Join us each week for the Enterprise High School Wildcats Coaches Show with Coach Rick Darlington, brought to you by Troy Cable. Welcome back to Enterprise Wildcat Coaches Show, here with Coach Rick Darlington. And Coach, tell us a little bit about your coaching staff. You put together a great staff in the last 2 or 3 years, and they just seem to be getting better each time.
Well, we did. We've only got a couple guys from the previous staff. That's Jackson Hanson and Justin Jones. But those two guys are really, really good young coaches. Both those guys have got what I'd call the it factor, where they can drive their kids really hard, but they really love those kids, and the kids know it. So I think that, Justin Butter, as we call him, he's coached running backs, he coached receivers before I got here. He coached the defensive line right now. Just a special coach, special dude. And then Jackson Hanson, the same thing. His dad was here for many years, and Jackson, like Butter, grew up around the program, and he coaches offensive line, does a phenomenal job with it, and helps with our filming, and just whatever task is given to Jackson Hanson, it's going to get done right. So he's got great character, and two really special Enterprise grads. I love to have, alumni on the coaching staff because they really care about it. It's their place. They want it to be great because they take great pride in being from here. So those two are special dudes. When I got hired, the first hire I had to make was I had to get Jed Kennedy in here. He's a good friend of mine from Wisconsin. Great coach. Was a great head coach and played for the last 2 state championship games in Wisconsin when I hired him. And so he's the assistant head coach and defensive coordinator, and just does a great job. Great leader. Meticulous planner. Just a great coach on every level. Gary Duggar was with me at Apopka. I tried to bring him the first year, but he wanted to at least interview for some head coaching jobs in Florida. So I was able to kind of influence the school to hire him. And so he was the head coach at Tavares in 2019 and was the district coach of the year. Led that program to one of their best years in recent history. But then we were able to entice him to come up here after a year doing that. And so he kind of heads up the strength program and coaches the secondary. And then linebacker coach, inside backers, Willie Fells was the head coach at Palatka last year. And I played in the Big Ten at Purdue with Drew Brees, and just a really good coach there. He's a little older than the other guys on the staff. The staff's a pretty young staff, but Willie adds a little bit of age to it. So he's been a good addition to us. I like having head coaches on the staff. That's 3 head coaches on the defensive side alone so far, and because they see things differently, they understand the big picture. They don't just see their little area. So Willie's been a good addition for us. Nick Lashinsky, who played for Jed in Wisconsin, is our outside linebacker coach, and then, as I said, Coach Jones is the D-line coach. Keaton Wilson, who I've known a long time, a really good coach from Georgia. I was able to entice him to come over and coach offensive line with Jackson Hanson, and then The receiver coach, Jay Goslin. We hired Jay from Dothan to coach freshmen 2 years ago, but he's kind of worked his way up into the receiver job. And then Brad Fortney, who's really good with our speed development, he coaches the running backs. And I think that's all the varsity coaches. And then on the freshman staff, Steve Croft is the head coach. He was the head coach for Jet up in Wisconsin, and so we got him down here to coach the head coach of the freshman team. They won last night, 6-0 over Carroll. And then Tyler Stump, who's an Enterprise alum, coaches on that staff on defense, along with Randy Hart. Everyone knows Randy.
Real small guy.
Yeah, Tyler's a little smaller than Randy, but Randy's smaller than, say, I don't know, Godzilla or some huge creature. But Randy just got such a heart to him. You know, he's a good motivator and cares about people and very positive. So he was at Copperville last year, so the school hired him to teach ISS over here, and so we were able to grab him on the freshman staff. And then we hired J.C. Burdashaw. He was at Slocum, and we hired him over here to coach freshman O-line. So that's it. We got 14 of us, and good staff. Everyone gets along, works hard, pulls their weight. And like you said, I think it's a good staff. I think we definitely work hard at preparing, and I don't ever go into games or practices feeling like we're not on the same page. And so it's very unified staff, and I'm just blessed to have those guys with me.
And I know you got to go to Ozark second half, and here the JV held their own.
No, they didn't hold their own. I
Had
wouldn't
some
say that.
opportunities. Had some opportunities.
I was frustrated with it because again, I thought Central might score half 100 on us, but the JV battled in there, man, and had a chance to win, and that was kind of, I don't want to say it's a moral victory, but it was good to battle those guys because you saw the Central team; they're pretty sporty.
They had some houses on the line. They had some large bodies.
Human beings.
Yes, sir. Very much so.
And then the freshmen went up and played Ozark, and I'm telling you what, Fox, yesterday might have been the hottest day that I can remember. I mean, humid. From the morning through the games. I mean, I'm out there on the field at 5:30. It's just freaking cooking. Then you go up to Ozark, and it's like now it's getting a little later, but still it was the same way. It was just, and the freshman team looked tired. They did not look in very good shape, but I think that humidity jumped up and grabbed everybody.
We had some cramps here the second half. It started showing up because I know it was hot on the field.
It was that. I'm telling you, I'm glad we play at night because to go out there and play in the afternoon on that thing continually, that was a cooker. So.
Explain, and we'll try to get some shots for our viewers of the locker room quotes, which you've done a great job, and I think it's something for them to live by. Some of the quotes in the locker room, but one of them is discipline. Do what you're supposed to do. Do it to the best of your ability. Do it that way all the time.
Well, discipline's always been big to me as a coach, and I think that people sometimes misconstrue it where discipline is punishment. Well, no, that's if you lack discipline. We say you can discipline yourself or we can discipline you. Someone's got to discipline you. And I think that discipline is simply expectations and consequences. Well, if you have expectations with no consequences, that's not discipline. There's got to be consequences. And that's, from, someone going late to class or jumping off sides or doing anything that's not the right thing to do. There's got to be consequences. So I don't think discipline is a harsh punishment thing. It doesn't have to be, it can be, but it's simply doing what you're supposed to do,
and it can be avoided.
Yeah, but consequences. I think that young people, everybody needs structure, and you need your parameters, and you feel comfort once you're in that structure. It's the ones that try to get outside of the structure that bring it on themselves. We tell them all the time, it's like you created a storm, and then you get mad when it rains on you. Oh, don't create a storm. So, I think discipline's important. And so when we came here, Fox, I kind of wanted to put some pillars down for the program. I thought, okay, what's important in our program? What are we going to build this thing on? So we've come up with 6 pillars of the program, so to speak, core values. Number 1 is selflessness. John 15:13 says, no greater love has man, he laid down his life for his friends. We talk about Hokahei, a great day to die. So selflessness is number 1. Number 2 is honor, having a good name, Proverbs 22:1, treating other people with respect. Humility, Okay, real big, James 4:6. God opposes the proud, but gives grace to the humble. That's a core value. Discipline, Hebrews 12:11 is important to us, as we talked about. Perseverance, never out of the fight. Navy SEALs thing, Galatians 6:9. Don't grow weary in doing good. You'll reap a harvest if you don't give up. And then the last one is faith. We want to have kids have faith in each other, faith in the program, faith in God, faith in family. And Hebrews 11:1 talks about faith is believing what you don't see. It's evidence of the unseen. So those are the core values that we've established here, and we try to talk about them a lot and share them with the kids and make sure that the kids know that those are the things that not only are going to help you as a football program, they're going to take you far in life and make you the man that God wants you to be.
Excellent. Also, an award you started, Coach Bill Bacon Award, the player who most embodies athletic, academic, and moral excellence on and off the football field.
Well, everyone knows Coach Bacon is the guy. When you think about Enterprise football, you're always going to think about Coach Bacon. Was here 27 years, won 200 games, 2 state titles, and as great of a coach as he was, he's obviously a better man. People are honored to have played for him. The first time I ever heard of Coach Bacon, I spoke at a clinic in Ozark in 2002. It was right after Coach Bacon had retired. And he was on the clinic as a Legends panel with Harry Wayne Parrish. And so I remember listening to him speak. This is 20 years ago, And so when I was considering this job, I told Greg, I said, I want to meet Coach Bacon. And so Coach Bacon and I sat and talked about an hour and a half just about what he saw here, things that could be improved, things the way they did it, just talked about Enterprise football, and the lay of the land, so to speak. And so he's always been gracious. I wish he'd come around more, but he's certainly not going to ever stick his nose in anything. But he's a humble man, and so I've gotten the chance to spend some time talking to him. And I figured, you know what? At our banquet, we're never going to be the kind of program that says, well, you won the best offensive back award, or you're the defensive MVP, because that's all so self-centered. And, okay, so this guy's the best defensive back. What about the other 3? People get their feelings hurt. But again, when you start pushing the individual over the team, I've just never been comfortable with that. So I said, okay, we're going to have one award at our program. Okay, what's it going to be based on? Well, what a Wildcat football player should be. Good student, good man, good player. Okay, the kind of guy that you want to have the face of your program. Well, obviously that was Coach Bacon as a coach. And so we started having it where we'd select 1 or 2 players every year that embodied those qualities, and that was going to be the Bill Bacon Award. And so the outside office out there's pictures of the kids that's been awarded those the first 2 years. And those are the only awards we're going to do, because again, that's an all-encompassing thing. It's important. But it's not even about on the field performances as much as it's just being the type of player, that we want all of our guys to be.
And Friday night, you don't get to see this, but up in the press box, we had Coach Bacon, Coach Paul Terry, that Coach Bacon followed, and Thad Morgan. 2 of the 3 weren't bad. And we love to aggravate Coach Morgan, but he probably has tore me up more than the others. So
I like Thad Morgan a lot.
But it was special.
When I first came up here again, that day I met Coach Bacon. I met Mr. Morgan, and he's the one that's gonna stick you and try to make you uncomfortable. But I just like that. He's
good man.
He's a good man, got a good heart. I was actually able to go visit with him last week, and he's licked cancer 3 times now. He's down an ear.
Never quit.
He's short an ear, but but he's a good man, and he's done a lot for the school system through the years. And glad I've had a chance to get to know him a little bit in the last 3 years.
The other thing that you started this year, we started Friday night, Teachers of Impact. The senior Wildcats select some teachers that meant a lot to them through the years.
We started that in 2019, but we couldn't do as much with honoring the teachers last year because we didn't have the kids in school for the first 9 weeks. If you remember, they were coming every other day. And so, our guys, we have our seniors just write down the names of the teachers who've had the biggest impact on them as a student, as a young man over their time in high school. And then we kind of sort them out. We're like maybe one guy or maybe one teacher gets listed 5 times. you can only use them for one. So we work it out where we're going to honor, I guess it's 26 teachers, and we give them a shirt with a player's number and their name on the back, the teacher's name, player's number. And we have them come to the game. We put the picture up on the Jumbotron. We put the picture in the program. And, I've been a teacher and a coach for 33 years, and you don't get a lot of thanks, and so it's kind of nice to be able to say thank you to those teachers while they're still teaching and let them know, hey, you've obviously made a difference on some young men's lives. And so anytime we can do anything to make someone else feel special, we want to take that opportunity to have a positive impact on those around us, whether it be, other players or students, or obviously teachers and adults too.
And you're getting started back, what you did years ago, players going to the schools each week? Yeah,
that was something we started the first year too, and the teachers really loved it. We'll divide them up in the elementary schools, and we'll send them out during their football block during the day. And, they may read to the kids, tutor them, play with them, whatever the school wants. It's like we send 10 over there to, say, Hillcrest, whatever Hillcrest wants them to do, that's what they're going to do. And so it's really good for our guys to be able to go out there and get back and be involved with the younger guys. Because you know how it is. Those young kids are going to just think our guys are heroes just because they're a Wildcat football player, especially in a town like this with one high school. So that's going to be good to go back. We'll crank that back up again this week. So.
And getting ready for each week, I want to talk about what the community is doing as far as feeding and helping out with that, from the churches to.
Yeah, that's the thing. When I came up here, there were these traditions that were already established that we just said, yeah, we'll do that. But First Baptist Church, they feed us breakfast the first 5 games of the year, and that's a great thing. We meet at 6:45. We have breakfast. The youth pastors share devotion, and we head on to school. And then Hillcrest will feed us the second 5 games of the year. And then once you get in the playoffs, they alternate weeks. And then there was a little tradition here on Thursday nights where Blake Moore and the Methodist Church would have a meal in the evening, early evening. And then, but we were practicing so long on Thursdays, unlike most teams, and we could never get there on time. And then I wanted Thursday to be the night where our coaches could kind of get away early, be with their families. And so we changed that to, we had the Methodist church feed us the pregame meal. So on a Friday, the kids will go to the elementary schools during the last block of the day, and then they meet us in the church for the meal. And then we come back here and get ready for the game. So that's been great, because when I first came here, that was the first thing the first year that was really kind of like, ooh, I don't like this. We would eat our pregame meal after school in the cafeteria. Well, those ladies did a great job preparing the food for us, but we're sitting up in there, and there's kids with the after-school meal program. There's people around. You don't have your team to yourself. So I just didn't like the feel of it. I wanted to get off campus somewhere and do that. And so it was great that Blake said, yeah, man, we'll do that instead of the Thursday night meal. So we go over there and do that. So that's been good. And then, we've been trying to get, the E-Club, quarterback club, whoever, to cook us some burgers for after the game, or maybe some after practice snacks for the kids. That's still kind of work in progress, but it'd be nice to be able to get them out of here on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday with a little, a couple tacos or some slices of pizza or something on the way home. But we're still trying to work on that. And then Paul Barnes and the QB Club, last week they were able to give him a burger after the game, a McDonald's double cheeseburger. And so hopefully eventually someone will be cooking some burgers. I said that in the past. The kids love that, when the E-Club guys come up and cook.
Right, and like I said, the quarterback club, community, a lot of good support there. Remind everybody to pick up your Wildcat program, a great college-style program, and then you've got a stats insert each week that you can pick up as you come in the game. Welcome back. As we look back at our first game of the Enterprise High School Wildcats and the Bay High Tornadoes, Coach, great victory to start off with, 57-21. I know you coached with Coach Bland years ago. Kind of look back at that game, high points of that game. I know the stats look good.
We jumped on them pretty quick. The first play of the game, we had an interception, scored 2 plays later. They got it back on their third play. We had another interception, so we scored again. So now it's 14-0 out the gate. and then it was 28-0 in the first quarter, 42 at the half. So it's hard to battle back from that if you're Bay High, you know. But we in the second half, we played all backups, JV, freshmen, everybody we could try to play, and so everyone was able to get reps. And you know, you hate to give up points, but I'd rather give up 21 points and play everyone than try to get a shutout, but then guys don't get to play, because it's so hard to get everyone into the game. And you know, it's not Little League football where, hey, everybody plays. You know, it's not like that, especially with schedules like ours. There's a lot of games that, you know, backups aren't going to get in at all. So when you get a chance to play them, we want to do
Put
that.
'em in.
So we were able to get them in there Friday night.
We lost no fumbles, but we did fumble.
We fumbled 4 times, which I can't stand, but we didn't turn them over. That was good. You know, we were able to recover them, but we definitely like to stop dropping them on the ground.
And we talked about Amari, I think, at the quarterback club meeting. But you know, when he touched the ball, he was hard to touch.
Yeah, and I've told people that he's not a surprise to me. I watched him as an 8th grader at Dolphin 2 years ago, and I knew he'd be special. And so last year he played on the freshman team and did good. And so he stepped in, and you know, he's a talented dude, no doubt. You know, and so he'll continue to get better, no doubt, because he's a sophomore. You know, most of our guys, all of our skill guys, pretty much except for Quentin, are all young kids. You know, they're going to be back for 1 or 2 more years.
And our kicking game, you've got 3 kickers. We didn't have to see the punter at all.
Well, we may have 3 kickers, and we may have 3 guys rolled into 1 kicker.
Right.
They're maybe each a third, but yeah, we didn't punt. I hate to punt, so I try to avoid that at all costs. But the kickers, you know, Andrew Pickard kicked the extra points, and that was good. And then Jasso did some kicking off, so he got better as it went on. But the kickoffs were definitely kind of a low light, I guess, of the game. Whatever the highlights were, but the low light was could not get the kick right till the end.
Right.
So we got to get better there.
On defense, a lot of plays there. I know Jed was happy with his defense.
Well, there's a lot to work on, no doubt. You know, you see the score and all that, and that's good. But as a coach, you never look at the see. You're never satisfied as a coach if you're good. I don't even know if bad coaches are satisfied. I just think it's part of being a coach when you're not satisfied.
Always something to improve on.
You know, there's no question. You know, it's the same thing on offense. You know, we're always looking. I think our offensive line plays hard, and they try to get after it pretty good, which is good. There's a lot of mistakes, but definitely fewer mistakes than, say, in the spring game against Early County. So I think we're getting better there. You know, we had really 2 starters out. Hayden Self, you know, who started last year at quick guard, tore his ACL in the spring. He'll be back September 13th miraculously. And then the other guard, Mike Lawson, he went out last week with a sprained ankle. So really we were playing with two guards that had not started before. You know, Harrison Gamble and Nick Cox. They started last year, and Chris Foster is the center currently. So, you know, we'll keep on getting better, I think, on the line as we go.
And Quentin didn't play too much.
He didn't play at all, except for extra points. But he could have played. He's clear. But I'm thinking, okay, why play if we don't need to?
Exactly.
You know, we may play him this year. Because here's the thing. He wasn't quite sure. He got cleared for this game last week, but wasn't quite sure he was full strength. And so now, I think sitting him out again would probably make him feel, I don't know. I think he probably needs to get in there. You know, Quentin's a great competitor and a great leader, quiet, great young man. And so I'm sure, but I suspect they'll play him some this week.
On Thursday night before the game, a special thing with the father-sons putting the logos on the helmets.
Yeah, I'd heard about that somewhere, and I wanted to do it. We called it Dads with Decals. And so we had the young men have a dad or someone in their life who's significant come up to the field house before the big pep rally and put the decals on the helmets and all that, and look around the field house, take a tour. You know, this is a really nice facility. And then gave some pizza and Gatorade when they went to the pep rally. And at the same time, there's a group of moms called the Mama Cats, and they were making some bags for the kids for the game, a little treat to come to school to the next day, and then they're painting up their cowbells to shake at the game and stuff. So it's good to get the moms and dads involved, and make them feel that, they can be close to the program, because, we really trust them. They really trust us to coach their young man, and we might see them more than they do.
Right.
So if we can make them feel involved and just kind of see what we're doing, that's always a good thing.
And following the game, share with us about the stars on the helmets.
Well, we have there's two ways to get stars on the helmets. You got your gray stars, and those are called character stars. And what we do is the teachers will email me on Thursday or Friday, and they'll let me know who's doing great in their class. And it doesn't have to necessarily be they're getting an A, but it may be behavior, it may be improvement, it may be helping another student, whatever it could be. So we'll read out those character stars on Thursday or Friday, during class, and then those are the gray stars. And then the blue stars on the white helmets and the white stars on the gray helmets. Those are our game stars. And so we've got a grid, and it's got 10 goals, and the first goal is to win. If we don't win, no one gets a star. It doesn't matter if you rush for 400 yards and make 75 tackles, no one cares. If you win, you get stars. So then we have 3 offensive goals, 3 defensive goals, and 3 special teams goals. So you can achieve anywhere. I've had games where we won and that was the only star we got. We didn't achieve any goals, but we won. And then there's games like last week we got 10 stars. And so the thing about the stars I like is this: if you dress out for the game, you get the stars. It doesn't matter if you're an offensive player, defensive player, third string, star. It doesn't matter. Everyone who dresses out gets the same number of game stars.
It's a team.
Right, it's a team. And those guys, like the defensive guys that get the offensive stars, well, they're on the scout team in practice helping us there. And everyone's got a role. And again, it goes back to what we talked about individual awards. I think the team has always got to be the biggest thing. And when you win, there's glory enough for everybody. And when you lose, no one cares. So we want to keep on awarding all of our guys for being good teammates and winning games.
As we look to Carver, we don't have a whole lot to know about them other than we go and play and we'll be ready. Is there anything we can do?
The only thing we know is their colors are green and yellow. That's it.
And they should have speed as they always.
Oh, they'll have speed and size. We saw that last year. They'll be talented, but we don't. They didn't play a spring game. They didn't play a fall scrimmage. We don't have any film. So their athletic director has confirmed they are going to attend the game, and we will too. After that, we'll just have to go in blind, right?
And that's all you can do.
Well, with our offense being single wing, you never know what the other team's going to do anyway, because it's so rarely seen our offense. So we're used to preparing people blind. Defensively, you figure they're going to be a spread offense. Everybody is. It's like 1 out of 100 may not be. We figure the odds are they're going to be spread. So you kind of have your spread defense, your coverages, your blitzes, your checks. And so, Jed and the staff on that side, they'll be ready. So just looking forward to getting to play another Friday night.
Well, Coach, we appreciate it. We want to invite all the viewers to come out and support Enterprise Wildcats. And if you're not in this community, go out and support your high school and your community on Friday night, 7 o'clock, wherever they may be. Also invite everyone to go to Quarterback Club, 11:30 on Fridays. We have the Enterprise Country Club. If you show up at the old place like I did, there will not be a line and no one will be there. So be at Enterprise Country Club Friday morning, 11:30. or the Enterprise Quarterback Club. Once again, we'll talk to you and see you next week. Appreciate you tuning in.
They worked hard, we talked about it.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2021 High School Football Coaches Show. I'm Forrest Lee, and on behalf of Bart Snyder, we want to welcome our first coach. This is the Quinn Hambright Charles Simpson High School Football Show.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Coach, for being on the set with us.
No doubt, no doubt.
And first of all, congratulations on your win last week against Pike County High School.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little bit about it.
We played hard. We were physical. We were fast. We executed well. We ran the ball. We had over 200 rushing yards. Zach Coleman ran, he had 10 carries for 117 yards, 2 touchdowns. Parker, quarterback, he managed the game well. The downside of that game, we had way too many penalties. I think we had, nine penalties. That's entirely too much. In order to win, against in our region for sure, if we have that many penalties in the first half, we can't afford to win that way. So other than that, the physicality was there and the effort was definitely there. So I was proud of the kids for how they showed up.
Let's talk about your linemen. If you rushed for that many yards, who are some of your key linemen that you had?
Yeah, Ben Dunn, he did exactly what he needed to do. Yeah, my entire line is intense. I have Friday, Kennedy Jones is my starting right tackle, but he didn't play. He had a bad sinus infection and he had a reaction to the COVID-19 vaccination. Right. So he didn't play. So I started 4 10th graders and a junior.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're going to be young. I think Jalen Sutton ended up starting for him. Moved Philip Scott to right tackle. Ben Dunn's my center. Left guard is Sterling Sharp, and my left tackle is Zamir Caffey. His older brother started at tackle last year, I think.
Okay. And for those people that didn't get to see the game, I'll tell you, I got an opportunity. I was over at Highland Home, the Maplesville game, but got the opportunity to watch it on Troy Cable and seeing your guys play. And I tell you, people talk about Pike County being a little on the downside, but man, those were some big guys they had over there. And of course, every Fred Holland and Pike County team is very well coached.
Right.
But your guys did an outstanding job on doing their job, staying focused throughout the whole game. It's very impressive to see what your guys did there.
Yeah, I preached to them. You have to stay locked in. We can't be too high. We can't be too low. We have to have an even keel. And I knew that they were going to be high on the game because it's Pike County rivalry. But I didn't want them to be too high to where they start to make mistakes and do things that are not a part of the system. But like I said, we executed and Pike County, they're young, but they're going to be a good football team. Once they get that experience under their belt, they're going to shock some people.
I think they had only one player, the King kid, that actually saw a good bit of playing time last year, and I mean they were very impressive to me to have been that young, playing a team like Charles Henderson and like what you put on the table right there on that field. They were impressive.
And a lot of people don't realize is, they say Pike County's young, but I start 3 seniors total.
Yeah, that's right.
Starting running backs in the 10th grade, starting quarterbacks in the 10th grade. One of the best receivers, I feel, in Troy is in the 10th grade, and Jawan Boyd. And, my D-line is 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th, and I have a junior on D-line. Right. And so we're young as well. So
while we're on the offensive side of the ball, who are some of your receivers that play? And you've already mentioned your quarterback, and who's your backup quarterback and those kind of things. And since we're on the offensive side,
of the ball. Definitely. Yeah, Bo Mizell, he competed well for the starting quarterback, but ultimately we decided to go with Parker Adams. Parker's a pretty good game manager.
He's a sophomore. Is he a sophomore too?
Yeah, both of them are. Yeah, both of them are.
That's great to have 2 quarterbacks that are sophomores. And it's competitive for those guys. I know the families, and they're athletes and they're competitive athletes. So that's always great to have.
Yeah, they both of them got a little fire in them for sure. Outside, we have Jawan Boyd, 10th grader. We have Khalil Carson, he's a junior. Stephon Mosley is a junior, and Daquan Brantley, he's a senior. So he's the only senior we have on offense that starts.
Who's your snapper and who's your punter if you do have to punt?
Yeah, my long snapper is Hayden Bush and Jackson West.
Okay.
They if Hayden's not in, then it's going to be Jackson. But Hayden starts at long snapper, and my kicker is Nicholas Pearson. He has calf muscles like a god. he's a sophomore as well. I mean, his calf muscles are about as big as this helmet that's in front of me.
Wow. The word I've heard tonight is sophomore, and that's a good word to hear. We're trying to build a program.
Well, I got the opportunity to interview your middle school the other day with Coach Burden, and great great group of young men over there, and Coach Burden has done a great job with them. Yes, sir, no, sir, people.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And very impressed. And that's what he told me. He says, hey, just wait to our 10th grade. You know, this group's coming. And, you know, that's exciting to hear, Coach. You're going to work these guys here, and they're going to get good. I've known you. I've coached against you. And I know the kind of person, and I'm gonna brag about this. As soon as I heard it, I didn't know you had surgery the day I was trying to call you and congratulate you. But you know, just to tell you the kind of person that, hey, gets out, he calls me. You know, he's a great guy. But I called Neil Armstrong and that group and said, hey, y'all hit a home run. Quinn Ambright's a class act, and I'm excited about what's going to happen with Charles Henderson football.
Yeah, I am as well, man. We, like I said, young. We have a young group, and those 8th graders are good. They're big. That 8th grade O-line is about the same size as my varsity O-line. And man, I'm excited. I have an entire year, another year with my O-line, and they're going to be freshmen. Then I graduate 2 guys their sophomore year, and you know, it's going to be special. I think we can kind of get Charles Henderson back to where it should be. I think for sure.
On the defensive side of the ball, Coach, who are some key? Let's talk about your defense a little bit. I know you're a defensive guy.
I am definitely. Well, up front, like I said, we have Zion Grady. He's a 9th grader. He's going to be a force. And you know, I'm a type of guy. I'm a straight shooter. You know, I can't. I mean, this is how I am. Zion Grady is going to be one of the best D linemen in his class, probably if not the best D lineman in the state by the time his senior year comes. He knows how to use his hands. He's very good. I have Noshawn Smith back. He had wrist surgery in the spring. He didn't play in the spring game. Didn't practice much this summer because he had a cast on. Got his cast off maybe about 4 or 5 weeks ago. So he'll be ready for this Friday. And I'm debating on who's going to be up front that knows. You know, I love Benton. He's just a pit bull up there. Benton just, you know, he's a
Ben Dunn.
Yeah, Ben Dunn. Yeah, Benton Dunn, or is maybe Jalen Southern, or either Ben Dunn or Jalen Southern, one of those two. But linebackers, of course, we have Damian Hart back from last year. He wears number 8 now. Inside, we have Will Templin. Jackson West on the outside, he's my senior, and I have on the other side Brandon Givens, who's a sophomore. DB Jawan, boy, he plays both ways. That safety spot, Seth Scott's a senior. You know, both corners, you know, are seniors as well, but you know they rotate. So at DB, we really don't have true starters. They kind of whoever's hot, whoever has that best week. You know, I leave that open competition for sure.
Your punt returners, like when they punt, who's back deep? Do you have 2 back deep or one?
One, Jawan Boyd.
Okay,
he's back there. You know, I have to make sure that, you know, on punt, you have to put a guy back there that has sure hands, right? Because that's a field position game, and you don't put your fastest back there. You know, you have to put somebody back there, and Jawan can run, but somebody that can secure the ball, that won't let it bounce, that's aggressive enough to go up and catch the ball, and confident enough to do it. And Jawan is that guy. On kickoff, it'll be Jawan, Khalil, contact tracing in his classroom. He doesn't have COVID, but contact tracing has him out, and that's the, you know, this COVID thing is really, you know, it's getting us football guys for sure. But it was Khalil back there. It'll probably be Zay Carlisle back there, who's a track guy. He plays running back as well.
Okay. Now, when you kick off, who is your kickoff when you kick off?
The specialist.
Who's your kickoff specialist?
Nick Pearson. Yeah, Nick Pearson handles all of my kicking.
He does punting as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Before we take a break, I want you to go over your coaches, some of your coaches, if you will.
Definitely.
And we'll take a quick break, and then we'll come back and talk about next week.
Yeah, DeAndre Austin, I brought him up from Montgomery. We coached together in Carver in 2013 and 14. He was the O-line coach, and great offensive mind. If he puts up 34, it's him. If he gives up, and I'll take the credit if he doesn't score. But he's a guy that I think that can he adjusts to the type of players that we have. You know, if we are big up front, like he can maximize the talent level based off the talent we have, and that's the type of coach that I really wanted. Great offensive mind and a great person in general. You know, I want good men around my kids. You know, you have to pass the not necessarily the personality test, but you definitely have to pass the test to the wholesome test. Somebody that's a man of God, a man that's going to take care of the kids and put the kids above anything else. And Coach Austin is definitely that person. O-line, I got Coach Powell. Receivers, Coach Reed, and DBs is Coach Chandler. Coach Chandler was the defense coordinator at Hillcrest the last 2 years.
Okay.
And I brought him in as my DBs coach and my special teams coordinator.
Hillcrest of Evergreen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hillcrest and Evergreen, yes.
Okay.
And Coach Harris, he's my strength and conditioning coach, and he also coaches the linebackers. And Coach Marcus Jones and Coach Gregory Turner, both of them coach my D linemen. And Coach Phillip Jones coaches the running backs.
Okay. And your trainer, your athletic trainer?
Oh, yeah, Micah. Yeah, Micah. He's I love Micah. Micah does an exceptional job of keeping our kids healthy and keeping me abreast of what's going on.
And there were ATI, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'll tell
ATI.
you what, that is great to have those guys with us. I mean, it takes so much off of us as head coaches. You know, I'm not that person anymore, but I can tell you having ATI come into Goshen was one of the best things that ever happened right there to us. And
does Troy University bring some of their athletic people to help?
They intern. They do
some
intern
interns?
over there.
Okay.
Yes, they do. They do.
Okay.
and that's always a plus too. To have
Yes,
that
definitely. Those extra eyes. But
Well, we're going to take a quick break, but ladies and gentlemen, if you will, look at our sponsors that are flashing behind us. We certainly want to thank all the sponsors of the Coaches Corners and the Coaches Shows for the fall of 2021. We want to thank y'all again on behalf of Troy Cable and all the coaches and all the players and all the families. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in just a few minutes with the Quinn Hambright Show of Charles Citizen High School.
Tell you what, man, thank you so much for letting me drive your brand new
I'm glad
vehicle, man.
Glad
It's
you
nice.
enjoyed. Deer.
Yeah, Neil, we've been deer friends a long time.
I know we're dear friends, but deer.
Good googly goo.
Man, where did it go?
Neil,
my truck.
Neil, I see a hoof.
A hoof?
Yeah.
I ain't worried about the deer. I'm worried about my truck, man.
Well, we can go to All-Star Collision.
All-Star Collision on 231 North. Call them 808-8822.
Hey, this is Coach Scott Cross, head coach of your Troy University Trojans basketball team. Save thousands on new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Shop PremierTroy.com, our local hometown dealership. Nobody beats a Premier deal, nobody.
Come join the best today. Wiley Sandals Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Blue Cross Blue Shield, 401k. Oh, 401k, we match it up to 4%. We have a dental plan. We rolling at Wiley Sandals Truck Line. When these wheels roll, you make money. Drive for the best today. Wiley Sandals Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Roll now and rock later. 4% of your retirement. We match the gross pay by 4% at Wiley Sandals Truck Line. Roll now and rock later. Wiley Sandals Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Sandy, you tell them.
Check out what Baker Metalworks and Dixie Supply customers are saying. The best place for metal roofing materials. This company is amazing. Customer service was top-notch. Best service in the industry. We've used them for years. Best place ever. The metal roofing headquarters in our area. Come see for yourself why customers choose Baker Metalworks and Dixie Supply. Baker Metalworks and Dixie Supply, your metal roofing headquarters.
In the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle? We've got what you're looking for.
So come see us at Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC in Troy, and you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC.
When you think Troy Cable, think of a world-class network. Think of friendly, local customer support experts. Think of reliable internet, phone, television, and security for your home or business. Most importantly, think of a hometown company connecting its community. Think fast. Think friendly. Think Troy Cable.
Hey Troy fans, this is Coach Josh Lauer, head coach for your Troy University volleyball team. Save thousands on new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Shop PremierTroy.com, our local hometown dealership. Nobody beats a Premier deal, nobody.
They gave Goshen P.
Welcome back to the Quinn Hambright Charles Citizen High School Football Coaches Show. Bart Snyder's on the far set, and this is Coach Hambright, and I'm Forrest Lee. Coach, let's talk about your upcoming opponent. We believe it's Montgomery Catholic, and where will that game be played? And let's talk about Montgomery Catholic.
Yeah, it'll be played at the Vet, so make sure you all come out and support these kids. They deserve it. They've been working hard. They've taken on the Coach Hambright voice. I fuss at them a lot. All right, so they deserve some cheering ears. So I hope you all come out. But Montgomery Catholic, my old teammate Kirk Johnson, actually both of us played under Mike Turk, who's a Troy legend, quarterback at Huntington College, and we've been talking about it. We've been texting about it all week. This will be our first game as head coaches that are new. Both of us are new. They have a dynamic quarterback that can throw the ball 50 yards in the air. They have a running back that runs hard and is very, very fast. O-line that's steady. A few receivers that's pretty good. They graduated a lot of receivers last year.
Yeah, they did.
But this year, they're going to regroup, come back. Defensively, of course, they have the linebacker that's committed to Oregon. They have a defensive back that's committed to Mississippi State, and a few other guys that has Division I offers. So they're a tough team, and it's going to be a good match. They're number 21 in the state, I think. Yeah. Overall, I think number 3 in 3A. So number 2 or 3 in 3A. So they're going to be a tough team for sure.
And when you talk 3A, now who all is in our region of 5A that you play, Coach?
In our region, we have Pike Road, we have Andalusia, Rehoboth, Greenville, Carroll, and Headland.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And those are some pretty good teams right there.
Yeah.
Andalusia had a big game and big win last week. And then Rehoboth, Pate Harrison, a guy that I've coached with, also coached down at Dale County, great defensive mind like yourself.
Yeah.
Does a good job.
Are y'all pretty healthy injury-wise right now, or?
We're good. We besides the contact tracing, we're pretty good. My strength and conditioning coach is he's a top-notch guy, and I try to make sure that we do a lot of joint isolation stuff, because in football, that's most of your injuries.
Correct.
Are knees and shoulders, some hips, some ankles. So we need that joint isolation is a must to be strong and to play 15 weeks.
Okay, and your as far as your support that you've had with your administration,
yes,
and your cheerleaders and the student body, and if there's anything you'd like to elaborate on that for your Miss Thomas and
oh yeah,
Miss Faison and
definitely
all the above.
This is by far, and I'm not just saying this, like I said, I'm a straight shooter. This is by far the best administration I've ever worked for. Miss Thomas, she's 110% all in. She's a full supporter of Charles Henderson. She loves Troy. She loves Charles Henderson. She loves these kids, and she wants the absolute best for these kids. We have Miss Faison, of course. She's straightforward. This is what's going to be, and that's what a lot of people need. A lot of people, the structure that she brings is what I need for sure, because I'm a guy that's all over the place. Like if you look at my desk in my office, it to everybody else it look chaotic, but to me, I know where everything is, and that's just how my brain operates. Miss Faison comes in, she's like, okay, boom, this is what it is, boom, 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 and she's so supportive. Yeah. And she loves those kids. She loves those boys. And anything that happens, if they breathe hard in class, Coach Hambright, you better get them. And I'm like, I'm on the way, Miss Faison. So, and that's that discipline aspect of it that these kids really, really need. And Angelo Wheeler, he's been a big help and support. He came in as assistant principal. He was a head coach and athletic director. So he's been a guy that has had my back and really just kind of being that quote unquote big brother, okay, and I look for him for advice. Like, Coach, so what do you think about this situation? What do you think about this? And all of us just kind of feed off each other, and that's the type of team you need to build a culture. People talking about a program and a football team. There's a difference between a program and a football team. You really have to build the culture of the entire community, and it starts with administration and it trickles down all the way to the fans.
Well, I could tell you from personal experience, I know one key word about Bart, and I can already feel it in you, is the love that you have for the men that you're trying to influence. You're
Right.
trying to make them a better man, a positive aspect of society. You want them to grow. You want them to be successful in the classroom and on the football field and how they walk and talk. And I can just tell it, and we want to, we're so excited that you're here. And in a few minutes, we're going to be having some highlights of last week's game against Pike County High School.
And while we do that, Coach, while it's been played, if you will, just kind of narrate it for us.
Oh, yeah,
Tell us some
definitely,
things.
definitely.
And I think there we go.
On the squib kick right there, they had to kick it twice right there. I didn't want the penalty. I wanted to just take it from the 35. Right here is Zach Coleman, our sophomore. He runs hard. He hits the sideline. I think his heel got out at like the 2-yard line. We really thought it was a touchdown, but the next play, he ran it right down the middle on a power play and untouched. And 15's helmet came off, Will Templin. But these guys are celebrating. They're having fun right there. Up front, Pike County, the first play of the game, they gashed us a little bit, but we kind of settled down. I think we were too live. And you have Jawan Boyd taking it right here. He took a pretty hard penalty. It's hard to take that kid down. He's strong, but he took a hard hit right here. So he got up, walked it off, and did pretty good. Right here's my freshman running back right here. The kid can run. I mean, he runs hard. I mean, he's like, calf muscles, legs, thighs, just big. And this is Zach again. Zach is about 205 pounds and with pretty good speed as well. So he makes a good move right here to score the touchdown. The kid laid down there for a minute, but I think he was okay. Got up, played the next play. Right here, we got a swinging gate. We saw the numbers and we went for it. To make it 14-0.
So your quarterback's left-handed?
No, that was Jawan.
Okay, that was
Jawan's
Jawan.
out.
Okay.
Yeah. See right here, we caught the ball, but number 23, the freshman, peeled back, cracked block, so it called back. But Jawan made some pretty impressive moves right here. This is another sophomore. He's a player. I mean, he is a player. He's pretty doggone good.
Got a nose for the end zone.
Yeah, he does. I mean, he's going to find it for sure. And right here is Zay Carlisle. He's a junior running back. He has the wheels. He's a track guy. And when he runs, he runs. Now, he sometimes he want to run at 90-degree angles like Forrest Gump. But when he runs straight, he can run it. It's a freshman again right here. We're loaded in the backfield for sure. We got a 3-headed monster back there. Right here is Zach Coleman again. Hitting the sideline. Will Templin running down. You see the receivers blocking downfield,
that ball
man.
in the other hand?
Yep, get that ball in the and today in practice I got on to him about it. Zay Carlisle running hard. He's only about 160 pounds, but he runs pretty hard. Right here, Parker called his own number on the quarterback draw. He finds pay dirt right here for a touchdown.
Good read.
Yeah. All right, we have the fade ball right here to the opposite side to Cody. This is Cody's first time playing football since the 8th grade. I told him I'm the best recruiter in Troy, man. I got the football team. I got the basketball team to come to there and play football. I have 4 basketball players.
What's Cody's last name?
Cody Youngblood.
Cody Youngblood.
Yeah, you can see Cody Youngblood on a lot of highlights dunking on people. Yeah. So I say, well, if you can dunk the ball, you can catch a rebound in the end zone. That's all.
The thing about it, these kids don't understand. There's a lot of 6'3", 6'4" basketball players, but when you got those receivers at that height, that gives you a huge advantage, and it gives them an advantage at college ball. A lot of money to be made right there.
Well, Coach, how do people have to get into the game? Do they have to go to GoFan, or are you taking money?
We're doing both. For some people that don't want to stand in line, because when we pulled up to the game, because last week we had to get there a little later because Troy had a scrimmage.
Okay.
So when the boys got there, I saw the line just outside and it was long. So in order to assure that you don't get in line, don't want to stand around a lot of people. I know people are real COVID conscious. Just buy them online, and you can find them on GoFan.com.
Okay.
And just Google it. But also you can get it at the gate as well.
And I tell you, I'm pretty certain that Alabama High School, when the playoff starts,
yeah, it's going to be
it'll be all GoFan.
Mm-hmm.
And it wouldn't surprise me if eventually that's not what we go ahead and do throughout all of it. It's just easier.
Is kickoff at 7 or 7:30?
It's going to be at 7 this week.
It's going to be at 7.
Yes,
so
sir.
Get there early and get you a good seat.
And that's pretty much with all Alabama High School games, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All of them will be at 7 o'clock.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you got a fantastic band that's helping.
Yeah, they are, and I like to jam on the sideline. I'm a little unorthodox as a coach. So when I hear, I rarely hear it. So if it's a timeout or something, then I tune in to what's going on behind me. But during the game, I don't hear a thing. Like I'm just tunnel vision. But and so I heard it. And I was like, okay. I turned around and the kids enjoy it. So they see me on Monday morning. Coach, I saw you down there. I said, yeah. So it kind of builds a lot of rapport with those kids when you're involved in what they do.
Well, Coach, on behalf of Bart and TV 52 and Channel 2, you can see this replay later on this week. And Coach Hambright, we want to wish you the best of luck this Friday night and throughout the year.
Thank you.
And I know you're excited. We're excited for you, and thank you for coming.
Yes, sir, no doubt.
And we'll be back in just a few minutes with our next head coach. It'll be Coach Don Moore of the Goshen High School Eagles.
And before we go, we want to make sure we mention that this Friday night, Charles Henderson and Montgomery Catholic will be on Channel 17, on Troy Cable's Channel 17. So if you're not able to make it out to the game or go to a high school game, please cut on Troy Cable and watch the Charles Henderson Montgomery Catholic game. I guarantee you're going to see a good one.
It's better live.
It is.
No doubt.
All right. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
The Commercial Bank of Ozark has been serving our community. It doesn't matter whether the times are good or bad, or if conditions are normal or different. The Commercial Bank of Ozark is here to serve you, your family, and your business. We make all our loan decisions locally, and we do it in a timely manner. Car, new home, home improvement, or business loans, the Commercial Bank of Ozark is here with the expertise and help for all your banking needs.
Your Wiregrass Honda dealers, Sam Boswell Honda and Enterprise and Jim Skinner Honda in Dothan,
are the place to get your certified pre-owned Honda.
The only kind of Honda that looks like new, drives like new, but doesn't have a new car price.
Certified pre-owned vehicles come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty,
a 182-point inspection, and a Carfax.
Now is a great time to upgrade to a certified pre-owned Honda.
Come see us today at your Wiregrass Honda dealers.
Come join Wiley Sanders Truck Lines today. $1,000 sign-on bonus. We match your 401k up to 4%. Blue Cross, Blue Shield. We also have a dinner plan. You could be the next driver of the month. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. If you're a certified mechanic looking for a job, then come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line. That's right, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We need good mechanics. Call John Smothers or Ken Bray for the maintenance department. You will have a future at Wiley Sanders Truck Line.
Hey, this is Chip Lindsey, head football coach of your Troy University football team. Save thousands on new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Shop PremierTroy.com, our local hometown dealership. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody.
Wiley Sanders Truck Line has been in business since 1959, and we're steadily getting bigger. I'm surrounded by new equipment. That's right, new equipment. Here's one that's ready to go at Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We have Blue Cross, Blue Shield. We have 401k. We can match your 401k up to 4% of your gross pay. If these tires roll at Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, you make money. Ride the best, drive for the best. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama.
When you think Troy Cable, think of a world-class network. Think of friendly local customer support experts. Think of reliable internet, phone, television, and security for your home or business. Most importantly, think of a hometown company connecting its community. Think fast, think friendly, think Troy Cable.
Hey Troy fans, this is Coach Josh Lauer, head coach for your Troy University volleyball team. Save thousands on new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Shop PremierTroy.com, our local hometown dealership. Nobody beats a Premier deal, nobody.
Neil, I tell you what, man, thank you so much for letting me drive your brand new vehicle, man.
Glad you
Nice.
enjoyed.
Deer! Yeah, Neil, we've been deer friends a long time.
I know we're dear friends, but deer!
Good go!
Man, where did it go?
Neil,
My truck.
Neil, I see a hoof.
A hoof?
Yeah.
I ain't worried about the deer. I'm worried about my truck, man.
Well, we can go to All-Star Collision.
All-Star Collision on 231 North. Call them 808-8822.
Hey, this is Coach Scott Cross, head coach of your Troy University Trojans basketball team. Save thousands on new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Shop PremierTroy.com, our local hometown dealership. Nobody beats a Premier deal, nobody.
Come join the best today. Wiley Sandals Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Blue Cross Blue Shield, 401k. Oh, 401k, we match it up to 4%. We have a dental plan. We rolling at Wiley Sandals Truck Line. When these wheels roll, you make money. Drive for the best today. Wiley Sandals Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Roll now and rock later. 4% of your retirement. We match the gross pay by 4% at Wiley Sandals Truck Line. Roll now and rock later. Wiley Sandals Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Sandy, you tell them.
Check out what Baker Metalworks and Dixie Supply customers are saying. The best place for metal roofing materials. This company is amazing. Customer service was top-notch. Best service in the industry. We've used them for years. Best place ever. The metal roofing headquarters in our area. Come see for yourself why customers choose Baker Metalworks and Dixie Supply. Baker Metalworks and Dixie Supply, your metal roofing headquarters.
In the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle? We've got what you're looking for.
So come see us at Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC in Troy, and you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC. In the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle?
Welcome to the 2021 High School Football Coaches Show here on Troy Cable Channel 2. I'm Forrest Lee, and on the far we have Mr. Bart Snyder, and this is the Don Moore Goshen High School Football Coaches Show. Thank you, Coach Moore, for being on the show. I want to thank all our sponsors for sponsoring this show. We'll have about 6 coaches tonight. We've already had one, Coach Hambright from Charles Hudson High School. Don, welcome to Goshen, Alabama, and y'all were unable to play last week.
Yes, sir.
And let's talk about some of your players that you have, Coach. That you're. Let's talk the offensive side of the ball first, if we will.
Okay. Right now we have a pretty good group of offensive linemen. I like to kind of start there first because a lot of people don't give them enough credit. But we have A.J. Brown will be our starting center. Our left tackle is Kristen Simmons. Oh, excuse me, our left guard is Kristen Simmons. Our left tackle is Lance Tillery. Our right guard, right now we're kind of in between. Right now Mason Brooks has been getting most of the reps there. And our right tackle has been Russ Copeland for the most part right now. And then taking most of the reps, the quarterback is Peyton Stamey. Sid Merrick Andrews has been our running back, has been taking most of the reps. And we got Isaiah McKinney and Cole Brooks have been running tight end and H-back for us. And we got Andrew Galloway and Judson Helms has been taking a lot of the snaps for us at our X and our Z right now.
All right, Coach, as far as your team makeup, how many seniors do you have, juniors? I noticed when Bart was interviewing y'all the other night, you had a lot of sophomores and ninth graders, I believe it was?
Yes, sir. We have 4 seniors.
Okay.
And right now we have 5 juniors, and the rest are sophomores and freshmen.
So you're a young
very,
team.
very, very young.
And you're in a tough region when you say Trinity, Childersburg, Reeltown, Dadeville, Pike County, and Catholic.
Yes, sir. It's almost murderer's row.
It is. Experienced it firsthand. But and I will say, last year Trinity and Catholic played in the semifinals, of course, to go to Tuscaloosa to play for the championship. Was Catholic won it and played 5, which is 45 straight wins. Is that correct? Something like that. Crazy.
Astronomical like that.
It is. Sir.
Well, the coach, when you're on the offensive side of the ball, who is your snapper, your long snapper, and who's doing your punting duties this year?
Right now, Jacob Sape is our long snapper, and for punting duties, we kind of go back and forth, but the main guy is Andrew Galloway.
Andrew Galloway. So, and when we start the game, we kick off. Who's the kicker for that?
Judson Helms.
Judson Helms. Now, is he also your extra point guy
yes,
or field goal guy? Okay. And the same snapper for extra
Yes, sir.
points field goals. Okay.
Coach, we talked about our players now. I was very impressed, always been very impressed with you. I mean, I coached with you several years ago. You moved away from him and went with Coach Harrison, which is a great move,
Yes,
a great job with him. But your coaching staff that you put together, very impressive to me. Will you go in a little bit of detail as to who all you have coaching with you and the responsibilities that they have?
Yes, sir. Well, I have Coach Walter Brown. He's been there on staff, of course. He's doing receivers for us this year. I hired Corbin Stewart. He played football at Mississippi State when Dan Mullen was there. He's coming from Stanhope Elmore. He's my offensive coordinator. He's my inside linebackers coach and my O-line coach. I hired Jeffrey Watley. He played for us at Dale County. He's a phenomenal athlete. He's a three-sport guy. He played at South Alabama and had a small stint in the NFL with Cleveland Browns. He's coaching D-line for us and helping with offensive line. And we got Chandler Avant is coming on. He's mainly a baseball guy, but he's also helping with running backs. Him and Coach Kimbrough are doing those. And we hired Coach Brian Allewine as well, and he's taking on the special teams coordinator, and he's doing quarterbacks and helping me with defensive backs. And we got Coach Darius Davis out there as well, helping us with receivers.
That's a good group and a lot of experience. I was very
Yes,
impressed
sir.
with that right there, and commend you and Mr. Brickford and all getting that group together, because very important to be able to have those guys there. And
I can't do anything without them. That's to be honest with you. Every single one of them have a role, and they know their role, and they do their job really, really well.
All right, Coach Moore, on the defensive side of the ball, let's talk about the defense and some of your players that you
Okay.
have you have high expectations for this year.
All right. Well, it's a lot of the same guys I talked about on offense.
Iron Man football.
For the most part, yes, sir.
They're the kicking team, kickoff team, kick receiving team too. So
Yes, sir.
I got you.
They are, a lot of them are. But no, I think our strength this year is going to be our offensive defensive line. Our defensive line is going to be pretty well rounded. I feel like we've got a lot of depth there. Lance Hillary comes in and out on it. Marquavius Coleman comes in and out on it. We, and Isaac McKinney is our inside linebacker. He's our wheel. And excuse me, Cole Brooks is our Mike, and he's playing there. Paint Stamey's one of our corners, and we have another kid that is a sophomore that came out this year that's a track guy. KJ Bristow is out playing this year. He's our other corner, and we expect big things from him. He's learning every day, so he's getting better every day. Andrew Galloway is going to be our strong safety, and I play on defense a couple different formations, I guess what I would say, different styles. So with our main style is, I have a rover and a star back, and that's Merrick Andrews. And then we'll jump into what I call base, and then we basically have 5 down linemen, but it's actually 2 outside linebackers that are just walked up on the line of scrimmage. One's coming, one's dropping into the flats if it's passed. So we have a different personnel package when we come in with that, and Jacob Sape comes in and plays our jack most of the time when we do that.
Well, Coach, you didn't have the opportunity to play Holtville this past week.
Yes, sir.
And this Friday we travel to Ayrton. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And what time will that kickoff be?
7 o'clock.
Do you know how the fans can enter the game? Can they enter with cash or go?
They can. They're going to be taking tickets at the gate.
At the gate.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Ayrton is they're 2A as well.
They're 2A. Yeah, they're actually 2A.
Yes, sir.
And, but anyway, we're going to get into the Ayrton game in just a few minutes, but we're going to take a pause. And before we do, Bart, tell everyone who's going to be live on Channel 17.
On Channel 17 this week will be Charles Henderson and Montgomery Catholic. Due to COVID, some other games have been canceled. Not exactly sure what could take place there, but hopefully they might pick up another game or two for cable. But right now it's the Charles Henderson and Montgomery Catholic game.
And throughout the week, for the most part, there'll be a live game on Channel 2 and a live game on Channel 17. This week we only have one, Next week we'll have two.
Two.
Who are those
Next week that will be Enterprise at Dothan on Channel 2, and then Carroll and Pike Road on Channel 17.
Channel 17.
And also, we'd like to make mention for us that the coaches shows will be played throughout the week, all the way through the weekend. And as a matter of fact, this week's over with. And please pay attention, watch those games or the coaches shows, and
Well, we'll give you the schedule. Charles Citizen comes on at 6 o'clock. Goshen comes on at 6:30. Coming on at 7 is Pike Liberal Arts. Coming on at 7:30 is Highland Home. And coming on at 8 o'clock is Brantley. And the last coaches show will be Carroll of Ozark. So that's our schedule, and we want to thank Coach Moore for being here. We'll be back in just a few minutes talking about the Ayrton Purple Cats, the upcoming opponent for Goshen, as Goshen travels to Ayrton this Friday night to take on the Purple Cats. We'll be back in just a minute.
Our wide selection of pre-owned vehicles looks so good, you'll think they're new.
So take the short drive to Bill Jackson Ford in Troy, where you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
Bill Jackson Ford, Troy, Alabama.
Since 1959, the Commercial Bank of Ozark has been serving our community. It doesn't matter whether the times are good or bad, or if conditions are normal or different. The Commercial Bank of Ozark is here to serve you, your family, and your business. We make all our loan decisions locally, and we do it in a timely manner. Car, new home, home improvement, or business loans, the Commercial Bank of Ozark is here with the expertise and help for all your banking needs.
Your Wiregrass Honda dealers, Sam Boswell Honda at Enterprise and Jim Skinner Honda in Dothan,
are the place to get your certified pre-owned Honda.
the only kind of Honda that looks like new, drives like new, but doesn't have a new car price.
Certified pre-owned vehicles come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty,
a 182-point inspection, and a Carfax.
Now is a great time to upgrade to a certified pre-owned Honda.
Come see us today at your Wiregrass Honda dealers.
Come join Wiley Sanders Truck Lines today. $1,000 sign-on bonus. We match your 401k up to 4%. Blue Cross, Blue Shield. We also have a dinner plan. You could be the next driver of the month. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. You're a certified mechanic looking for a job, then come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line. That's right, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We need good mechanics. Call John Smothers or Ken Bray for the maintenance department. You will have a future at Wiley Sanders Truck Line.
Hey, this is Chip Lindsey, head football coach of your Troy University football team. Save thousands on new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Shop PremierTroy.com, our local hometown dealership. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody.
Wiley Sanders Truck Line has been in business since 1959, and we're steadily getting bigger. I'm surrounded by new equipment. That's right, new equipment. And here's one that's ready to go. At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we have Blue Cross, Blue Shield. We have 401k. We can match your 401k up to 4% of your gross pay. If these tires roll at Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, you make money. Ride the best, drive for the best. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama.
When you think Troy Cable, think of a world-class network. Think of friendly, local customer support experts. Think of reliable internet, phone, television, and security for your home or business. Most importantly, think of a hometown company connecting its community. Think fast, think friendly, think Troy Cable.
Hey Troy fans, this is Coach Josh Lauer, head coach for your Troy University volleyball team. Save thousands on new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Shop PremierTroy.com, our local hometown dealership. Nobody beats a Premier deal, nobody.
Neil, I tell you what, man, thank you so much for letting me drive your brand new vehicle, man.
Glad you
Nice.
enjoyed. Deer!
Yeah, Neil, we've been dear friends a long time.
I know we're dear friends, but deer!
Gotta go!
Man, where did it go?
Neil,
my truck.
Neil, I see a hoof.
A hoof?
Yeah.
I ain't worried about the deer. I'm worried about my truck, man.
Well, we can go to All-Star Collision.
All-Star Collision on 231 North. Call them 808-8822.
You ain't in shape. Welcome back to the Don Moore Goshen High School Football Coaches Show. We have Bart Snyder over here, and I'm Forrest Lee. We're both graduates of Goshen High School, pride of the purple and gold, and thank you for coming, Coach Moore. And this Monday night, the JV will be playing Brantley.
Yes,
Where
sir.
will that game be played?
In Brantley.
In Brantley. And what time will that game start?
6.
6 o'clock. The next week, or this Friday, Goshen will travel to Ayrton to take on the Purple Cats. Coach, if you will, let's talk about the Purple Cats.
All right. Where do you want me to start?
Start at the top. Start at the quarterback. And the
quarterback,
coach there. They're pretty well.
First and foremost, like I always say, whenever we played Ayrton a few times when I was at Dale County, and with Coach Gilcrease, they do, and his coach staff do a tremendous job of getting those guys ready to go. They're very disciplined. They're very well organized. They play hard. They're just a gritty football team. They're talented. They have a really good quarterback. He's really young, but he's good. He's an athlete. Their offensive line gets off the ball hard, and they know what they're doing. They've been well coached. Their running back, I think, this year has probably been on film. Has probably been the most impressive thing I've seen. He runs extremely hard. He runs hard, and he likes to hit.
Wow.
So he's going to be a handful. I'll tell you that.
Defensively side of the ball, Coach, what's Ayrton? Have you had a chance to look at them?
Yes, sir.
Schematically, as far as defense goes.
Yes, sir. They got it. It looks like they run a 3-4 look, and they have a really big nose guard that he gets off the ball well, and he can tell he's athletic, and he's going to be a handful. He can wreak havoc if he's on, and he's, like I said, he's a big youngin, and he gets after it. Their linebackers love to fit the run really hard, so they're going to be a tough task up front. That's for sure.
Okay.
Well, having coached against Coach Gilcrease over the last several years, like you said, they're extremely organized.
Mm-hmm.
They got a great group of coaches, and just like what you have together, it does make it very difficult. A lot of people from their area, and it's important to them. They love high school football, but I got a lot of confidence in Don Moore and his coaching staff at Goshen. And I know that it's an uphill battle, but I know that they're going to be ready, and I know that Goshen is getting extremely well coached. There's no doubt in my mind. I was extremely excited when I heard your name being mentioned as the head coach, and very excited. And I know that you're going to do what it takes, along with the group that you have there, to get Goshen back where it's supposed to be.
Yes, sir. And it's just, right now it's just getting the young guys bought in, and the older ones too as well. But, it's just reestablishing, what the culture was there, and building on what's been done, and just taking it and going a little step further, and just putting my spin on everything.
Coach, your captains for this game, have you
hadn't decided yet.
Decided who your
No,
captains
sir.
are?
Today was our second day of practice since we've had 14 days off. So captains right now
they're all captains.
Yeah. COVID has made it tough on everybody. And there's games across the state right now that are being canceled as the week goes, and that's tough. But it's safety reasons, and we have to be careful with what we're doing out there with this COVID mess. It's not playing, so that safety has to be first. But glad that you're back out there. Glad you're back on that field practice.
We are too.
And like I said, I know the kids there at Goshen have got a great group, but the young guys are going to be extremely good. I really expect some great things out of them, and excited about you being there to lead them.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
Coach, if you will, let's talk about your path as far as you graduated from Troy University.
Yes, sir.
Then when you got into coaching, what were some of the path that you took,
Yes, sir.
in the coaching area?
Well, whenever I came to Troy, one of my friends was actually volunteering out at Goshen on the high school, and we had talked about that's what I wanted to do.
Who was that?
Simon Lars.
Simon, okay.
And he said, "Well, I'll ask Coach to see if you can come out there." And he said, "Sure." And that's when I first met Coach Snyder. He was the JV head coach, and I came out there with him, and I did offensive, defensive line for him. And then I interned there when I graduated, and helped out when I was there. And then I got hired.
What year was that?
2010.
2010.
Then I got hired at the elementary school, and I helped coach then with Coach Snyder and Coach Kinsall in baseball. And then ironically, I got moved to Pike County, and then so I coached there for a year, and then I coached Harrison, which was the defense coordinator for Coach Snyder. I was his D-line coach. He got the job at Dale County, and I went with him to be his defense coordinator, and that's where I've been the last 9 years.
Okay.
And I took over there in 2018 as the head coach.
Okay. And in your household, the color green has showed up a little bit, hasn't it?
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about Miss Casey for just a second. We'll talk about Brantley before they get on the show, but let's go ahead. We love Brantley. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. She was at Enterprise High School, and she got a phone call to see if she'd be willing to interview for the job. And she worked there at Brantley before, and she's always loved that school and that town. So it was somewhere that she jumped at the opportunity, and she's loved it since she's been back.
Well, good. And I know y'all are, I can see if it ever comes to be where Goshen plays Brantley, that all the grandparents can wear half green and half.
do like the Wasdens used to do whenever Shane was at Georgiana and Tommy was at Goshen. Miss Wasden, she sat behind the goal post in the south end zone. She said she wasn't wearing either color, and she was not going to sit on either side. That's exactly right. But I got a feeling that the Campbells may be a little bit different when it comes to Don. They love Don, but I think Casey may win out on that one. No, they love him. I know that.
Well, I know y'all are. It's an exciting time for both schools, and especially Goshen. And one thing about Goshen that I've noticed, of course, I graduated there in 1977, but the location of Goshen in Pike County, we're in the kind of the southwestern corner of Pike County. There's not many kids that live even within a 5-mile radius of the school.
Sir,
they live from here to Timbuktu, way out yonder, and you might, when you want, for summer workouts, it's difficult to get them because some of them may have a summer job. So if there's summer workouts, that's a challenge. And then even during when the school year starts, you might can get them to school, but after school and after practice, you got to figure out how to get them home.
And I'll tell you what's a nightmare is for myself, and then I hope it has changed a little bit. But when you have these holidays like Labor Day coming up, you got to figure out what you're going to do on Monday, because how you going to get them there. And as he had mentioned, a lot of his team is extremely young. They don't drive.
That's right.
So that means coaches or parents, and even though it's Labor Day, doesn't mean parents are going to be off.
Yes, sir.
So having to get those kids there is, it's no excuse, but it's a fact. Yeah. And none of the kids, I think, just thinking of the kids that I've seen on the roster, maybe 1 or 2 in Goshen, the rest are 10 miles away.
Or more.
We do a good job of going out and getting them. We know that that's the expectation, and
yes, sir.
Our coaches know that, and we're on the road to getting them.
Yeah. Well, Coach, let's talk about the administration starting at the top and the support that you and the team have received.
Yes, sir.
Central office on
that.
Yeah,
we've seen. I had tremendous support from Dr. Zell and the central office staff, as well as Mr. Britford, Mr. Ken Britford, the principal there. They've been very gracious and very kind since we've gotten there with everything that we needed. They've been trying to help us get. We've had a lot of good luck right there.
Okay, and then I'll go ahead and mention this. After the Ayrton game, then you'll have your first home ball game.
Yes, sir.
The following week, and that'll be against
Childersburg.
It'll be, yeah.
Okay.
Or after this week, we'll play Trinity, and then.
Yeah, that's right. Trinity at home. That's right. That's my bad.
And again, when you get to Ayrton, you can pay with cash there this Friday night. And Coach, again, if you will, go over the schedule of the upcoming telecast of Troy Cable.
Troy Cable's game will be on Channel 17. Will be Charles Henderson and Catholic. That'll be a 7 o'clock game on Friday the 27th. If you will, please watch it. And if you want to drive right on down the road right there to pick up and watch the Goshen Ayrton game, you can. I think that's Pike County. They're off this week too, so really it's I think from right now it's just Goshen and Charles Henderson that'll be playing in our region, our area right here.
Yeah, and I think Pike Liberal Arts will be playing at.
No, they're off this
They're
week.
off?
They're off this week as well, yeah.
Okay. Well, the format of Wednesday nights will be Charles Citizen will start at 5 o'clock. At 5:30, Goshen comes on.
6:30.
6:30.
6:30.
Start at 6.
Yeah, it starts at
let's
6.
start over. At 6 o'clock, Charles Citizen. At 6:30 is Goshen. At 7 o'clock is Pike Liberal Arts. At 7:30, we have Highland Home. At 8 o'clock, Brantley. And then at 8:30, we have Carroll of Ozark. Well, Coach Moore, on behalf of Bart, we want to thank you for coming
Yes, sir.
on
Thank
the
you.
show. We want to thank all the sponsors for sponsoring Wednesday night, the Football Coaches Show. This is the Goshen High School, Don Moore Coaches Show. Thank you, Don.
Yes, sir.
Coach Moore, for being here.
Thank
Say
y'all.
hello to your family.
Yes, sir.
And best of
Will
luck
do.
this year.
Sure, thank
and
you.
we'll be back with our next coach, Coach Mario White of the Pike Liberal Arts Patriots.
Cross, head coach of your Troy University Trojans basketball team. Save thousands on new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Shop PremierTroy.com, our local hometown dealership. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody.
Come join the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Blue Cross Blue Shield, 401k. Oh, 401k, we match it up to 4%. We have a dental plan. We rolling at Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. When these wheels roll, you make money. Drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Roll now and rock later. 4% of your retirement. We match the gross pay by 4% at Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Roll now and rock later. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Sandy, you tell them.
Check out what Baker Metalworks and Dixie Supply customers are saying. The best place for metal roofing materials. This company is amazing. Customer service was top-notch. Best service in the industry. We've used them for years. Best place ever. The metal roofing headquarters in our area. Come see for yourself why customers choose Baker Metalworks and Dixie Supply. Baker Metalworks and Dixie Supply, your metal roofing headquarters.
In the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle? We've got what you're looking for.
So come see us at Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC in Troy, and you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC. Our wide selection of pre-owned vehicles looks so good, you'll think they're new.
So take the short drive to Bill Jackson Ford in Troy, where you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
Bill Jackson Ford, Troy, Alabama.
Since 1959, the Commercial Bank of Ozark has been serving our community. It doesn't matter whether the times are good or bad, or if conditions are normal or different. The Commercial Bank of Ozark is here to serve you, your family, and your business. We make all our loan decisions locally, and we do it in a timely manner. Car, new home, home improvement, or business loans, the Commercial Bank of Ozark is here with the expertise and help for all your banking needs.
Your Wiregrass Honda dealers, Sam Boswell Honda and Enterprise and Jim Skinner Honda in Dothan,
are the place to get your certified pre-owned Honda.
the only kind of Honda that looks like new, drives like new, but doesn't have a new car price.
Certified pre-owned vehicles come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
A 182-point inspection and a Carfax.
Now is a great time to upgrade to a certified pre-owned Honda.
Come see us today at your Wiregrass Honda dealers.
Come join Wiley Sanders Truck Lines today. $1,000 sign-on bonus. We match your 401k up to 4%. Blue Cross Blue Shield. We also have a dental plan. You could be the next driver of the month. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. You're a certified mechanic looking for a job, then come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line. That's right, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We need good mechanics. Call John Smothers or Ken Bray for the maintenance department. You will have a future at Wiley Sanders Truck Line.
Hey, this is Chip Lindsey, head football coach of your Troy University football team. Save thousands on new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Shop PremierTroy.com, our local hometown dealership. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody.
Wiley Sanders Truck Line has been in business since 1959, and we're steadily getting bigger. I'm surrounded by new equipment. That's right, new equipment. Here's one that's ready to go at Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We have Blue Cross Blue Shield. We have 401k. We can match your 401k up to 4% of your gross pay. If these tires roll at Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, you make money. Ride the best, drive for the best. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama.
When you think Troy Cable, think of a world-class network. Think of friendly, local customer support experts. Think of reliable internet, phone, television, and security for your home or business. Most importantly, think of a hometown company connecting its community. Think fast. Think friendly. Think Troy Cable.
Hey Troy fans, this is Coach Josh Lauer, head coach for your Troy University volleyball team. Save thousands on new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Shop PremierTroy.com, our local hometown dealership. Nobody beats a Premier deal, nobody.
Welcome to the Mario White Pike Liberal Arts Head Football Coaches Show here on Troy Cable 2. I'm Forrest Lee. This is Bart Snyder, and we want to welcome Mario White, the head coach of Pike Liberal Arts, to the Coaches Show on Wednesday nights. Coach, congratulations on what you accomplished last year. I know this year is a new change, I guess you'd say. It's, each season is different. But if you will, let's talk about some of your offensive players and some of the things that happened this past Friday night that you liked, and some of the things that you might want to improve on as a team. But the floor is yours.
Well, this past weekend, the first game, it could have went no better. Well, in my eyes, no better than it went. The week before we had a little shutdown, so as a staff, we knew conditioning would be a problem. But also, we lost our starting center on Wednesday, so we faced that adversity like we faced in the middle of the year last year. So, it was fun. It was a really fun time to see how many guys would step up. Coach D called a magnificent game on offense. We executed in the first half. In the second half, then Coach McCullough got a 14-year-old ready to be our center. Now, that's really tough to do in 2 days from Wednesday to Friday. But we didn't want to make no excuses. That's what we preach to the boys every day. We knew Escambia was going to come in loaded. Coach Found is actually one of my mentors, and so I was really excited for him to come and compete. At the end of the day, though, we had a lot of guys step up. Cameron Baker always going to beat Cam, and Zakevian Pennington was a little nick, so we held him out for the most part. And we had a lot of little young guys. Jackson Booth, that's a 9th grader, stepped up and played big minutes for us. Ian Foster was magnificent in the slot for us. We had a lot of good guys, a lot of great things that happened, but the thing that we knew would come and get us, come up and bite us in the end. That's because you can't miss a week of football and then come back and be expected to be the same. So while a lot of people saw us cramping up and saw us not win, I saw a lot of positive things from that night, from the coaching as well as the player standpoint.
It was up in the air till the fourth quarter, and one player that I was impressed with, a lot of players, but Mario Davenport's, I wonder if they caught that and put that on ESPN, that one-handed catch. But your quarterback, number 2, Casey Eubanks, he's like a water bug.
Well, you talked about Mario. I'm sorry, I forgot to say about Mario, but I like to say, I can honestly God tell y'all that's something we see every day. That guy make plays like that every single day in practice. And Kaysen, everybody was telling me I never replaced Mays. But Kaysen is a dynamic athlete. He's already committed to play baseball at Georgia Southern. He got us out of a lot. He covered up a lot for us the other night, with us having a young center. And Coach Found, obviously, he's a great coach, so he caught that early on and started seeing A-gap blitzes. D and Coach McCullough used to do a good job of picking that up and making adjustments. But with a 14-year-old, we try to simplify as much as possible. But Kaysen had to take a lot of that on his own, and I thought he did a marvelous job for being the first time playing for us on Friday night.
Well, if you had a track team, I believe he could do the long jump. He came on the sideline past the 50-yard line, and he had to leap over a puddle of water, and I think he leaped about 20 feet.
Yeah, I
could be a high school record. And I have him in class. I love him, and it doesn't take much to get him tickled. And but I have him in class, and he's just a pleasure to teach and be around. And you've already mentioned Cam, and I was impressed with him. And at one time, I don't think anybody in the stadium wanted to tackle Cam.
Well, that's we knew coming in. We knew Escambia. That's the whole thing about it. Private school football get a bad rap, but we actually have some really good football teams. That was a big boy game Friday night. So I want to get guys to come here that actually got a chance to play college football. Like number 11 is a for real college back, and they line average, 285 across the front. So those are the kind of games we want to play. We want to keep moving our program in the right direction. So we're not going to duck anybody. Coach Fountain and I actually was going to go to Louisiana together. But when the governor won't let us in to play public school, the 2 public schools we were going to play, we decided, hey, man, let's just meet up and play. And so next year we'll be going there first to play. Like I said, Coach Fountain is a great man. He's helped me out so much behind the scenes. So, I hated to lose, but he got out there before I could take a picture with him this year. But I'm going to go see him on Friday.
One thing about Coach Robin Snyder, both he and I we had the middle school program together when he was the head coach at Charles Houston High School, and his wife Susan and I taught physical education together for about 5 or 6 years at the middle school. But Hugh Fountain, we think a lot of Coach Fountain. Yeah. But Coach, your JV program and your Pee Wee program, how's that coming along? When's your first JV game?
Our first JV game is Tuesday against Glenwood. Josh Powell, I usually coach Pee Wee, but Josh Powell had to help me out a lot this year, so I kind of pulled back and gave him the reins because he does a great job. And JV, I know this guy might know their coach. His brother is the coach of the JV team, and man, they're loaded. They have, put it like this, 4 of the guys that play significant minutes Friday night will be playing on JV. So our team is talented. There's a lot of young talent on it. So I'm literally looking forward to them play Tuesday night.
Okay, Coach White, your interior line. Your interior line? We mentioned some backs and receivers and your quarterback. Who's your interior line on offense?
Connor Jones. He had an injury, sustained injury on Wednesday, so we had to. You can't just replace a guy that started 12 games for you last year on the state championship team. So plus he's 6'5" and 285 pounds. He kind of gets us going and set the assignments. So losing him on Wednesday was just devastating, but it was an opportunity for our new OCs and line coach to really dive into what they're doing and their program and their system and get some guys ready. But Bubba Williams is a 14-year-old ninth grader that's 6'3", 265. I thought he played brilliantly Friday night. But it'd be a first game, 1 versus 2 kind of matchup, facing some guys like that in the middle. Davis Menifee is a returning starter from last year. He plays left guard. And then you have Keith Williams that plays right guard. He's a full-grown man. And then you have Jamar Young-Fuller that plays left tackle, and Bubba Dean, who I thought had a brilliant night Friday night at right tackle.
I'd hate to know I had to have Bubba Dean's grocery bill. It's a big old youngin' too. Coach, your long snapper, your punter, and your snapper and your field goal, the extra point kicker, who are those?
Our long snapper is Snyder, his nephew, and our punter is Mario Davenport, and our kickoff guy is Kate Renfro, and our extra point guy is Kate Renfro.
Okay. Coach, on the defensive side of the ball, let's talk about some of your players that start defensively that have a key role as far as subbing. On the defensive.
Well, Mario and Ian pretty much, and Casey Bradford and Case Rico pretty much had the back end the other night. Ian cramped up, like I said, we was just coming back, and I thought Case Rico came in off the bench and played well in spots. Linebacking course, Gavin Williams, Cam Baker, and Robert Williams. I thought those guys counted themselves well. I thought Griff called a brilliant game the other night. We was in places, we just missed tackles. As the game went on, number 11 was a really good back. We was in position to make plays, and like I said, fatigue set in, which we knew as a staff coming in, what we was up against from the week off the week before. So we knew that, so we was trying to hang on, and at the end, they came around us. But that was a veteran team, and like I said, Coach Fountain had ready to play. I think both coordinators called brilliant games. I think the young men were ready to play. At the end, I really just believe it was Hugh Fountain, 30 years of experience, and me starting on my second year. So that was the difference in the ball game. And hey, man, I live and I learn.
Coach, it had a lot to do. You talk about the COVID, and you said 14 days. People don't understand. There's not a whole lot you can do when that plays a part of the game. You have to let those guys sit and get well, and then come back. And you just about starting over. in a week to get ready for a game. Is that correct?
Well, that's correct, but you know, we teach every day. Every day is a new day, and we're not gonna look for any excuses. We was coming ready to play. We wanted to play that game. We'll play it again 10 other times if we had a chance to, because, like I said, it was really good football being played on that field that night. So that's the kind of games we want to play and continue to play, and actually want to start going out of time, play some teams as well. So. That's something we look forward to, and that's something we take relish, and I really think it's going to make us for the rest of the season.
And you spoke about your injuries right there with Connor. Will Connor be back this week, or has he kind of got a little more time that he's going to be away to get, being we're not playing this week, but I mean, we have next week coming up with Hooper.
Well, Connor, you know, man, he's 6'5", 285, and he has a future. He's already getting offers and already getting looks. Obviously, you see that. So, man, I mean, I want to win, and we want to win as a program bad. But one thing, Mr. Burkett and administration, we're going to put the kid first. So, right. I mean, just because he says he's ready to play, we're not going to put him out there until he's ready.
Right. Coach White, let's talk about your athletic trainer that you have at Pike Grove Arts. I met her. And let's talk about her and her role and how valuable she is to the athletic program at Pike Grove Arts.
Well, Regina Wright is her name. She is a brilliant trainer. Of course, you know, the boys look at her as a big sister, and you know, we look at her in our coach's office as a little sister. You know, man, she's always there for you. You know, no matter what time I called her, she'd call me, let me know what's going on, and we trust her, and the boys trust her. She does a great job getting our kids ready, and we believe in everything she does. I put her up against any trainer in the state of Alabama.
And she's a graduate of Charles Henderson High School, isn't that correct?
Yes, sir. She's a graduate of Charles
Henderson. That's great
to
have a hometown person. It means a lot to them when they're able to be back home.
Well, it just don't just go to Regina. It also goes to her mother too. I think she hems all our pants and clothes. So it's really a family affair. She lost her grandmother about a month ago, so we just kind of really getting over there as a program. So please keep your prayers and blessings for her family. But you know, one of us hurt, we all hurt. So.
Coach White, not only Miss Wright, but Troy University, do they provide some interns during the week or on Friday nights to help her with what she does?
Yes, sir. We have a different one every year, and so all those guys and young ladies that they've sent over there have been outstanding. Young people, man, we welcome them in. They see everything we do, and we let them behind the scenes so they see everything that go on. So. Where we see it, you know, Troy's been great to us and great to our school, so we want to be return the favor to them as well. And I mean, coming over to learn with Regina is probably one of the best stopping points they can have. So I want them to have a great experience. So it's always a delight to have those young people.
Well, I watched. I was there at the ball game, and there's one particular person I saw that I think was in better shape than anybody. And she was your ball girl. Is that your, which daughter is that? Is that Amity?
That's Amity.
And she's
AKA Fat Mama. So
yeah. I wonder what her time is in the 60-yard dash or the 100-yard dash, because she's like. She
Mays is gone, of course. So you know, now Dad is, you know, was on the road after summer workouts every weekend all over the United States with Amity. She's a pretty good softball player, so she's looking to sign or commit this fall. So she'll be back on the road. But
is she a senior coach?
No, sir. She's just 11th grader. So probably the best athlete in my house overall.
I hate to say that's what I was told by a lot of people. Said that young lady can play some ball.
Yeah, she can do it. But yeah, she likes being a ball girl on Friday night, and I mean, I think, you know, she get yelled at just as much as the boys, because you know our quarterbacks all their balls, and she got to have a perfect one. But yeah.
So you got Mays and Amity, and there's a baby girl.
It's the baby girl. We call her. Her name is Ivy. We call her Stick. Yes, sir. She's
what
big.
grade is it?
She's the 10th grader. She's big in the beauty pageants. You know.
Boy, that one took a turn there, did she? Coach, what happened? Mama take care of that one?
No, I think as D say, I was Ray Charles at the gun range. But she enjoyed the beauty pageants, and her mom liked taking her. I just handle the workouts with them, and so when I get home or when I get done with workouts with football, those two wait on me, and I work them out, and we just kind of, that's how we've always done it.
All right. The first lady of Goshen football was Stephanie Snyder, and I'm telling you what, a successful coach as far as the impactful coach, Bart, but the support that Stephanie gave him and still gives him. I'm going to give you an opportunity to talk about your wife and what she has meant to you and the program. And I mean, because that's the
it's
got
funny.
to be the glue.
It's funny you asked that. I can remember a time, it was 3 years ago when I actually lost my real job. And she told me, she said, I'm gonna keep on working. I don't want you to go back and try to find another job. She said, I want you to just stick with this coaching thing. And at that time, man, I was helping Robert Johnson on varsity Tuscaloosa Academy. I was the JV head coach, and I was also the Pee Wee head coach. And she was like, well, I love the Pee Wee because they do exactly what you say.
Yeah.
And I was able to put the air raid in.
Easier to work.
Yeah. And so I had the opportunity to go there with Coach Cochran and work, and she told me just stay over there and do it. And we was in the midst. I told her, I said, man, it's getting crazy because we was getting, you know how households go when you only have one income. You've had two for 15 years. So she told me hang in there, and things kept going and going and going. And the university helped me out a lot. And then next thing you know, when Pike came calling, she told me I should go for it. I fought it tooth and nail, but she convinced me to come out here for an interview. And I mean, I didn't ever think I'd live in Troy. And sometimes I still say, I can't believe I'm in Troy. And the rest is kind of history. So I owe her, a lot of that. We've been together since we've been 19 years old as freshmen in college. So I mean, I don't really know no other way. We kind of grew up together.
Now, what's her first name?
Her name is Bridget.
Miss Bridget.
Okay. We call her Della Beast.
Della Beast or B?
Della B. So,
Della B.
Yeah,
Della
so
B.
everybody get a nickname.
Okay, Della B.
What's your name?
What's your name?
Can you say that on?
I get called a lot.
I see D over there smiling right now. Can you say it, D?
He called me a lot.
Well, before we go to break, let's talk again about your offensive and defensive coordinators and your special teams coordinator, coach. Let's hit them briefly.
Well, like I like to say, when I first got down here, like in Tuscaloosa, within the 15-mile radius of 10 schools, I knew everybody. I got into Troy. That was one of my main concerns. I had no clue about anybody. And I don't know how we kind of got in touch, but he called me one night, and I was at the beach, and we talked 3 or 4 hours. And then Griff, I talked to him a million times, and of course he told me no. And one day, just plain I'm talking to you, I had a voice say, "You coming?" And so I like to tell D and Griff all the time. I say, I was out there in the ocean floating, when everybody was hammering me, in all the communities. And D and Griff, they swimmed out to me. So I think last year people didn't realize, of course I want to throw it when it's I want to throw it all the time. And D like to talk me down, and Griff, he always want to talk me down too, but I know they have my back. And D has been brilliant, because, being a private school, you have new kids coming in. It's like you're starting all over again. You have a few that know the system. So I think he's been magnificent this year of installing all the Pee Wee, JV, and varsity guys. The first game last year against Bessemer, I think we had right at 215 yards. Well, his first game against a top-tier team, I think we had 295 yards. So it is trending in the right direction. Griff, man, he come in. It's a whole new defense, whole new philosophy. And Michael Wilcoxon on the back end and Charlie Schofield, they have been brilliant. Like I said, go back to D, him and Coach McCullough and myself, we know each other, think we know what each other going to say. So it's kind of like them two kicking me out of the club now. So they kind of work well together. So I kind of back off, lead them guys along. I trust them wholeheartedly. And Griff, with Mike and Charlie on the staff with him, the kids believe in him. Of course, Griff played a big part in our program last year as well. And having Mike, just hearing the way he conversates with the kids, and the kids, he's somebody that has to be calm. So he's a real calming deal on the boys, and he's brilliant on the back end. So I'm really lucky to have a great staff. So and for us, McCullough, he's brilliant. Brilliant as the O-line coach. Like I said, if you'd have told me you would have got a kid that had never snapped in his life, 14 years old, ready by Friday, all those guys were telling me that I was crazy and I was going to get fired if I did this, but I had a feeling, and Coach McCullough did his job and got him ready. Rush Hickson, he's an outstanding box guy. Like, if it's open, he'll see it. Plus, he used to always agree with me last year. Like D and McCullough never agreed, but Rush did. It was always open for Rush. So, And Charlie and I and D, we attacked the special teams together. There's a place that we had to get a lot better from last year that we were slacking, and that was on me. So, that's one of those deals, you always want to think about, offense and defense, and it's heavy on your mind when you're a new coach. And then I never forget, I got in my first game, I didn't ever go off an onside kick. That was just a blunder I made, and my coaching staff, they picked me up just like the school, the administration. I'm no good at emailing and all that kind of stuff, but those guys do a great job of helping me out. So that's how my coaching staff is, kind of formed what they do as well.
Right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a short break, but this is the Mario White Pike Liberal Arts Football Show, and we'll be back in just a few minutes after a message from our sponsors.
Head coach of your Troy University Trojans basketball team. Save thousands on new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Shop PremierTroy.com, our local hometown dealership. Nobody beats a Premier deal, nobody.
Come join the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Blue Cross Blue Shield, 401k. Oh, 401k, we match it up to 4%. We have a dental plan. We rolling at Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. When these wheels roll, you make money. Drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Roll now and rock later. 4% of your retirement. We match the gross pay by 4% at Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Roll now and rock later. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Sandy, you tell them.
Check out what Baker Metalworks and Dixie Supply customers are saying. The best place for metal roofing materials. This company is amazing. Customer service was top-notch. Best service in the industry. We've used them for years. Best place ever. The metal roofing headquarters in our area. Come see for yourself why customers choose Baker Metalworks and Dixie Supply. Baker Metalworks and Dixie Supply, your metal roofing headquarters.
In the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle? We've got what you're looking for.
So come see us at Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC in Troy, and you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC. Our wide selection of pre-owned vehicles looks so good, you'll think they're new.
So take the short drive to Bill Jackson Ford in Troy, where you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
Bill Jackson Ford, Troy, Alabama.
Since 1959, the Commercial Bank of Ozark has been serving our community. It doesn't matter whether the times are good or bad, or if conditions are normal or different. The Commercial Bank of Ozark is here to serve you, your family, and your business. We make all our loan decisions locally, and we do it in a timely manner. Car, new home, home improvement, or business loans, the Commercial Bank of Ozark is here with the expertise and help for all your banking needs.
Your Wiregrass Honda dealers, Sam Boswell Honda at Enterprise and Jim Skinner Honda in Dothan,
are the place to get your certified pre-owned Honda.
The only kind of Honda that looks like new, drives like new, but doesn't have a new car price.
Certified pre-owned vehicles come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty,
a 182-point inspection, and a Carfax.
Now is a great time to upgrade to a certified pre-owned Honda.
Come see us today at your Wiregrass Honda dealers.
Come join Wiley Sanders Truck Lines today. $1,000 sign-on bonus. We match your 401k up to 4%. Blue Cross Blue Shield. We also have a dental plan. You could be the next driver of the month. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. You're a certified mechanic looking for a job, then come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line. That's right, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We need good mechanics. Call John Smothers or Ken Bray for the maintenance department. You will have a future at Wiley Sanders Truck Line.
Hey, this is Chip Lindsey, head football coach of your Troy University football team. Save thousands on new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Shop PremierTroy.com, our local hometown dealership. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody.
Wiley Sanders Truck Line has been in business since 1959, and we're steady getting bigger. I'm surrounded by new equipment. That's right, new equipment. Here's one that's ready to go at Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We have Blue Cross Blue Shield. We have 401k. We can match your 401k up to 4% of your gross pay. If these tires roll at Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, you make money. Ride the best, drive for the best. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama.
When you think Troy Cable, think of a world-class network. Think of friendly local customer support experts. Think of reliable internet, phone, television, and security for your home or business. Most importantly, think of a hometown company connecting its community. Think fast. Think friendly. Think Troy Cable.
Welcome back to the Mario White Pike Liberal Arts football show. Along with Bart Snyder, I'm Forrest Lee. Coach, I know you're disappointed that the game with Crenshaw has been canceled, but next week you take on a area opponent or region opponent, Hooper. You will travel to Montgomery County and play the Hooper Colts. Also in your area, Coach, you have, who else do you play?
Lee Scott, out of Auburn, and we also have Valiant Cross out of Montgomery and Glenwood out of Phoenix City.
Okay. Do you know much about the Hooper Colts yet? Who do they play this week? Bart?
I couldn't
get it either. My internet blocked up.
Yeah, mine too.
Well, Hooper last year they had some big kids up front, so all those guys come back. I know they lost their quarterback and they're starting running back from last year. I know they have a few skilled guys on the outside to come back. They kind of do multiple things on offensively. They kind of line up in the I backfield. Also, they try to go spread. So it's a lot of different things we got to get prepared for as defense. They brought a lot of smoke up the middle last year on us. They used to give us problems last year. So D and McCullough have been working already all week long on getting us prepared for that. With such a young guy playing, so we got some things. We got some guys coming back that'll be ready to go. So I'm kind of excited to see them play for the first time, and we got some guys on the offensive side and defensive side that we limited a lot on Friday night. That'll be their first time on the dance floor, so to speak. So so we're really excited to see them play.
All right, Coach, next week, does the JV play again? I asked you that earlier.
They play Tuesday at our place against Glenwood.
Okay, so there is a game this Tuesday night. And, Coach, they could come in with the cash, or do they have to do the
yes,
go
sir,
fan?
you pay the game.
And what time will that game be, Coach?
The Pee-wees start at 5 and JV usually start at 6.
So you got a Pee-wee game and a JV game, and there'll be about 175 cheerleaders there, because there's a lot of cheerleaders at Pike Liberal Arts. I mean, I saw some outside the cafeteria. I believe it was yesterday. I said, "Good night."
That's right. That's right.
But I'm teaching there now, and so's Bart's brother Robin, and I've had a great 7 days so far. But on behalf of Bart Snyder, Coach, we want to thank you for coming. We hope you have the best of luck this year, and good luck next Friday against the Hooper Colts. And want to thank you for being on the show. And this will be replayed from time to time. And we had an announcement to make about the this Friday
night's games. Of course, the Charles Henderson Montgomery Catholic game will be on Channel 17, and on Channel 2 will be Carver of Montgomery at Enterprise. Both of those games will be 7 o'clock ball games.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you, Coach, for being on the show. Look forward to seeing you in the morning. Have a good day.
Thank y'all for having me.
Take care. And
best of luck, Coach.
Thank you for having me.
See if you can get something out of that guy over there.
We'll be back with our next coach. It'll be the head coach from Highland Home High School. It'll be Coach Will Pouncey will be next.
Coach Josh Lauer, head coach for your Troy University volleyball team. Save thousands on new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Shop PremierTroy.com, our local hometown dealership. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody.
Hey, this is Coach Scott Cross, head coach of your Troy University Trojans basketball team. Save thousands on new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Shop PremierTroy.com, our local hometown dealership. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody.
Come join the best today. Wiley Sandals Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Blue Cross Blue Shield, 401k. Oh, 401k, we match it up to 4%. We have a dental plan. We rolling at Wiley Sandals Truck Lines. When these wheels roll, you make money. Drive for the best today. Wiley Sandals Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Roll now and rock later. 4% of your retirement. We match the gross pay by 4% at Wiley Sandals Truck Line. Roll now and rock later. Wiley Sandals Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Sandy, you tell them.
Check out what Baker Metalworks and Dixie Supply customers are saying. The best place for metal roofing materials. This company is amazing. Customer service was top-notch. Best service in the industry. We've used them for years. best place ever. The metal roofing headquarters in our area. Come see for yourself why customers choose Baker Metal Works and Dixie Supply. Baker Metal Works and Dixie Supply, your metal roofing headquarters.
In the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle? We've got what you're looking for.
So come see us at Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC in Troy, and you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC. Our wide selection of pre-owned vehicles looks so good, you'll think they're new.
So take the short drive to Bill Jackson Ford in Troy, where you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
Bill Jackson Ford, Troy, Alabama.
Since 1959, the Commercial Bank of Ozark has been serving our community. It doesn't matter whether the times are good or bad, or if conditions are normal or different. The Commercial Bank of Ozark is here to serve you, your family, and your business. We make all our loan decisions locally, and we do it in a timely manner. Car, new home, home improvement, or business loans, the Commercial Bank of Ozark is here with the expertise and help for all your banking needs.
Your Wiregrass Honda dealers, Sam Boswell Honda and Enterprise and Jim Skinner Honda in Dothan,
are the place to get your certified pre-owned Honda.
The only kind of Honda that looks like new, drives like new, but doesn't have a new car price.
Certified pre-owned vehicles come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty,
a 182-point inspection, and a Carfax.
Now is a great time to upgrade to a certified pre-owned Honda.
Come see us today at your Wiregrass Honda dealers.
Come join Wiley Sanders Truck Lines today. $1,000 sign-on bonus. We match your 401k up to 4%. Blue Cross, Blue Shield. We also have a dinner plan. You could be the next driver of the month. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. You're a certified mechanic looking for a job, then come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line. That's right, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We need good mechanics. Call John Smothers or Ken Bray for the maintenance department. You will have a future at Wiley Sanders Truck Line.
Hey, this is Chip Lindsey, head football coach of your Troy University football team. Save thousands on new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Shop PremierTroy.com, our local hometown dealership. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody.
Wiley Sanders Truck Line has been in business since 1959, and we're steadily getting bigger. I'm surrounded by new equipment. That's right, new equipment. And here's one that's ready to go. At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we have Blue Cross, Blue Shield. We have a 401k. We can match your 401k up to 4% of your gross pay. If these tires roll at Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, you make money. Ride the best, drive for the best. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama.
When you think Troy Cable, think of a world-class network. Think of friendly, local customer support experts. Think of reliable internet, phone, television, and security for your home or business. Most importantly, think of a hometown company connecting its community. Think fast. Think friendly. Think Troy Cable.
Hey Troy fans, this is Coach Josh Lauer, head coach for your Troy University volleyball team. Save thousands on new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Shop PremierTroy.com, our local hometown dealership. Nobody beats a Premier deal, nobody.
Hey, this is Coach Scott Cross, head coach of your Troy University Trojans basketball team. Save thousands on new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Shop PremierTroy.com, our local hometown dealership. Nobody beats a Premier deal, nobody.
Come join the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Blue Cross Blue Shield, 401k. Oh, 401k, we match it up to 4%. We have a dental plan. We rolling at Wiley Sanders Truck Line. When these wheels roll, you make money. Drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Roll now and rock later. 4% of your retirement. We match the gross pay by 4% at Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Roll now and rock later. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Sandy, you tell them.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Will Pouncey Coaches Show. Will is the head coach of the Highland Home Flying Squadron located in northern Crenshaw County. On behalf of Bart Snyder, I'm Forrest Lee. Thank you for coming, Coach Pouncey, to the show.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. And proud to have you. And Coach, Let's talk a little bit about the Flying Squadron. Let's start on the offensive side of the ball. Well, let's start with your coaching staff, if you will.
Well, first of all, I think I have one of the best coaching staffs in the state of Alabama, from top to bottom. I got my offensive coordinator, Johnny Mitchell, and Coach Snyder here. Of course, I know he did a little bit of offense over there for him for a couple of years, and he might even coach on the defensive side of the ball.
Johnny's done a little bit of everything.
Well, he's a jack of all trades. There's no doubt about that. But he's absolutely amazing for what he does. Great mind for the game. The kids love him. He gets along great with the kids. He knows what pushes them. He knows when to hit the gas, when to pump the brakes. And he does a great job for us. And my defensive coordinator is Julius Delaney. He's from Highland Home. He's one of the better linebackers that we've ever had there, and he's a couple years older than me, and he spent some time at Bibb County, and then anyhow he ended up coming back to Highland Home, and I've ended up relinquishing the defense to him, and he's done a great job. Like I said, y'all saw the game Friday night. Our defense played lights out for the most part, and if we had all our guys, I felt like we could have even played stronger on that side of the ball. But we were missing some key parts to our defense and to our offensive well. But he does a great job. Coach Delaney does. And, that's some guys I actually want to get up here, on the show with y'all at some point to let them, say their piece. And we got Justin Cope. Justin Cope is our wide receivers and DB coach. He does an outstanding job. He's a local Troy product here, years and years here at Charles Henderson. And so everybody knows Justin Cope, and he's just meant the world to us. I mean, it was an absolute steal to get him to come over to Highland Home, and he's on year 2, and he just, what he does is second to none. Just a great addition to our staff and our family there at Highland Home. And, I'd be remiss to not mention, the rest of the guys. Josh Peters does my offensive line, and I lost my offensive line coach from last year. He ended up going back and get his master's. That pays a little bit better than coaching, so I understand that. Yeah. But Josh Peters has stepped in, and he just does a great job with those kids, and we haven't missed a beat. Jason Williams, who helps with our wide receivers and DBs as well. Like I said, he's been there every year that I've been there. We came in same time 7-8 years ago, and he's been with us all along the way. And he does an outstanding job. And Xavier Burden actually joined our staff this year, another Charles Henderson product. Zay Burden's with us, and he's doing our D-line for us, and does a great job. Like I said, anybody that comes from these parts that knows the game and knows competition, we're extremely blessed to have them. And of course, we got Justin Vincentori and Andy Martin, who's kind of our analyst type guys that does the dirty work. Anything we need them to do, they're always there. And anything we ask of those guys, they do it. They do it.
On the administration level, who are the administrators there at Highland Home?
Well, our head principal is Mr. Gary Coleman, and I couldn't ask for anybody better to work for. Great man, great leader for our school. He come in behind Cliff Maddox. Cliff Maddox, who hired me, one of my dear friends, who's now the principal at Reeltown. So he's carried on his career, and
I saw him this summer playing golf.
He does love to swing a golf club.
Deer hunt, or
deer hunt, turkey hunt, you name it. So he's who hired us. But Mr. Coleman actually was one of his assistant principals, and when Cliff went on to future endeavors, Mr. Coleman stepped in, and it's been awesome. It's been great, and. So now we got Miss Tracy Baines as one of our assistant principals, and also our head baseball coach for the last few years, Mr. Jonathan Jordan, is our new assistant principal.
He used to teach at the elementary school.
He did. And, man, it's awesome to go to work every day whenever you have a great staff and you work for great administrators and you know that everybody is pulling in the same direction. And we're just very blessed up at Highland Home to have what we have.
Now, Coach Pouncey, isn't it the correct terminology Highland Home School?
Highland Home School. Highland Home School.
Not Highland Home High.
Not Highland Home High School.
It's Highland Home School.
That's correct. And, and the reason is we're K-12. We're in line where the high schoolers are dropped off or get off the bus. They're riding the bus or they're in the drop-off line where the K4 kids are. Okay. And I have a daughter who's in K4, And you know, it's what we try to do on Fridays with our football team. And I know a lot of people do this around the state. Is those football players go out to the cars, the car rider line, and they open the doors for these young kids. And I don't think these high school students know what that means to those little kids. And it means the world. It means the world to them to get that interaction with them. Now, we've had to be careful with it with COVID over last year and, you know, and so far this year. So, but hopefully, you know, there'll be light at the end of the tunnel, and we can get back to normal living. And at some point, by the grace of God.
You make mention of that, Coach, and you're 100% right. These young kids, like our high school athletes see college athletes. These kids at the elementary school see your high school athletes as those guys. That's the heroes that they see. That's the ones that they want. That's the number they want to wear. You know, what they see on Friday night, what they see walking those halls. So I commend you there. That's a great opportunity to promote your program. And Coach Don Maester used to tell us all the time, number one thing you've got to do is promote and sell your program so you got a future. And I'm glad to see you do that. That's great.
Well, I can't take all the credit. Most of that is my wife, Ms. Casey Pouncey, who runs the FBLA there, and it was actually her idea from the beginning. She always, you know, she keeps me straight. She keeps me in line, and always got great ideas for us going forward. And speaking of our staff, I mean, I can't believe I hadn't said it yet, but Mr. Adrian Daniels, who is our athletic director, who I don't have to do all the paperwork and all that. He takes care of so much and takes so much off my plate. And what he does for our kids at Highland Home, him and my wife, and of course all the Falconian staff. But yes, but like going back to what Coach said here, when those kids see those kids they look up to in that Highland Home uniform, opening that car door or whatnot, whatever it may be, I want them to be thinking in their mind, I want to be that guy one day. I want to wear that jersey. I want to do that. That's what I want to be a part of, so that we can continue to build a tradition and some pride and something to be a part of later in life for these little kids.
All right, Coach Pence, let's talk about the Maplesville game. You scheduled a tough
Can we
opponent.
just talk about the first half? No, we get it.
No, talk about the whole, whatever. It was 14-13. You lost.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it was a war.
Yes, sir.
And if you will, talk about, you know, some of your players and some of the highlights.
Just going back to the Maplesville game, I mean, you couldn't be more proud of these kids. I've not heard or, you know, the worst thing I do is I get on social media after a game because I want to take the grunt of it. I want to see what our community is, you know, and I know people make emotional things. That's probably the worst thing I can do, but I can take it. You know, I'm a big boy, but I look on social media and I get calls and I get, you know, I'm listening to radio shows and I've heard nothing but positive. Nothing but positive. Everybody knows what we went in with. We had all these kids out due to, contact tracing, and, you know, we went in there with what we had. We had a bunch of young guys. We actually had to put basically a whole new offense of players, personnel, in on Wednesday. So we're getting calls in the middle of Wednesday practice. I'm sitting there answering the phone, and hey, you got to send this kid home right now. You got to send this kid home. You got to send this kid home. And, you know, next thing I look up, we don't have a running back. So we're having to move around, shift around, and, you know, get guys to where we can put a competitive product on the field. So it was absolutely challenging. And for us to go out and play as well as we did, and, you know, one of our best players, Mr. Keldrick Falk, you know, he catches the ball in the, you know, wide receiver screen in the, you know, first quarter, you know, first series, and he gets, you know, hit and rolls his ankle over, sprains his ankle, and, you know, he tried to tough it out, but he couldn't go. So that's essentially another player we got down. But we had a bunch of guys that stepped up, stepped in, and, you know, gave it what they got, laid it on the line both ways, and gave us an opportunity to win the football game. And that's all you can ask of these kids of what they did. And I think that shows kind of the culture that we're trying to build there at Highland Home. And you know, hats off to my kids for fighting it, for fighting to do what they had to do.
I was very pleased. I got the opportunity to do the radio there and
Yes,
watch your guys as they went through the game. And what you want to see as a coach is see a group grow.
Absolutely.
And I tell you what, the last series that they had to go down the field right there, I mean, it wasn't a one-man show. I mean, you have probably got some of the best receivers that I've seen in high school football. I mean, the height-wise, hands, talk about going up and catching the football. They don't use their body to catch it. They're using their hands. They go up and get it. And very impressed with that. And I watched your quarterback. He struggled at the beginning of the game on throwing the ball. But as the game went, the confidence began to grow, and he can run the football.
Yes,
sir. He's a big kid himself. And I tell you what, your running backs look good, even though you said they're your second and third string guys.
That's right.
They did a good job. Your offensive line was young, and this Maplesville team, I mean, tradition.
Yes.
Maplesville, that's enough said. I mean, that's Sweetwater.
I mean, look at the trophy case.
Yeah, Brantley. I mean, those things you say, and you and I have talked before, that's what you want at Highland Home. That's what I wanted when I was at Goshen. That's what Don wants at Goshen. Coach White was just on, and talking about trying to establish a culture to what we want to get. Those programs have that, and we'll get there. 1A Maplesville, I mean, 30 or 40-something players that they had dressed out, big guys. And your guys went to battle with them, and as that game went, I saw your guys get better and better and better. And one of the things that I liked most of all was at the end of the game, the frustration that they had because they were not satisfied with what took place on that field. And I would love to have been able to watch your practice this week to see the steps that they make, because you always 1 and 2, game 1 and 2, you see a lot of change, and even next week you'll see some more. I was excited. And
well, I was too. It was, very encouraging for what we did. And like I told our guys, I said, it's going to make us better down the road. I mean, these young guys who had to step in and, do that job, whenever the guys who come back that, that were starters, that probably will step back in and more likely get their spots back. But now we know that we have depth, and and they're battle tested. These guys had to step up, and now we know moving forward, hey, these guys can play against, Maplesville High School, on 2 days reps with the first team, actually a day and a half, and one of them is a Thursday practice. You're not really out there grinding on a Thursday.
Exactly.
You're trying to stay fresh, and they go toe-to-toe with Maplesville High School. Well, that gets you excited for the future, and what your team's mindset is, and how they attack, how they approach. And, like I said, going back to, you complimenting our wide receivers, that's just a tip of the hat to Justin Cope and Jason Williams, our receivers coaches who coach that every day, whose attention to detail of go attack that ball, high point it, tuck and run, come down, with a rebound. That's kind of what I've always kind of taught is, Dennis Rodman would have made a great wide receiver because the way he goes and attack the basketball when he got a rebound, that's how I want my football players to attack the football once in the air. Go get it. It's yours.
Well, I tell you, being a former quarterback, watching, I mean, those guys are huge. Your receivers are huge, and he threw the ball up to Celtic, and I mean he's way up here to get the ball. I mean
that helps.
I mean that helps. Target. I mean you got a huge target. I mean this guy 6'5"?
Celtic's about 6'5.5". We got Kendarius Shepard, number 4, who's
committed to Troy.
Who's committed? Well, he's been offered by Troy. I don't know. I don't want to speak for him. Right. I mean but he's been offered, and right now that's I think that's where he's leaning. I absolutely hope so. I can drive right over here.
That's right.
And watch him play. But he did an outstanding job the other night. We got to, of course, fix some stuff that we did. It wasn't all sharp. When we went back and looked at the film, we made a lot of mistakes. And you're going to have that game.
No doubt.
You're going to have that game.
How many seniors do you have, Coach?
Right now we got about 8 seniors.
8 seniors.
Yes,
and we play Alabama Christian in Montgomery this Friday.
Yes, sir.
And that's a 7 o'clock kick. How do the fans pay to get into the gate? Do they have to go to GoFan?
They got to. Yes, they got to go on GoFan, and I'm not familiar with it. I've never had to use it, but apparently it's supposed to be extremely easy. You go on GoFan, you buy your ticket. They send you the code to your phone. I don't know if it's a barcode or whatnot. You go in and as you walk through the gate, they scan your phone.
Okay.
So that's what I got from it. So.
All right, in your JV, you have a JV program.
Yes, sir.
Do you have a Pee Wee program as well?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I do.
When's the first JV game? Do we know that yet?
Well, we were supposed to play last week, or actually, I'm sorry, we were supposed to play this week. We were supposed to play Luverne on Monday, but everybody knows the COVID situation and the contact tracing going on over there, from the news that came out today. But Coach Rowell, he had to send a bunch of JV guys home, and I think he's having to, wait till his JV guys get back, and hopefully we can reschedule that down the road this season. And so we're supposed to play next Tuesday. Well, Central Hayneville, who's trying to build up their junior varsity program, they called me today, and they don't have enough to go on Tuesday. So right now, our JV's kind of left out, and we're trying, and we're going to try to reschedule those games if we can find a date later in the season. But we do got a game scheduled with Goshen. We got one with Brantley. We got one with Opp, and we got one with Elba. So I'm hoping that we can at least play those 4 and hopefully make up these other 2 or find somebody to play in those weeks so we can get those guys some game experience.
Well, in the Highland Home area, y'all are 2A.
Yes, sir.
What region?
Region 3.
Region 3, and some of your teams. Who are the teams in Region 3?
We got Calhoun, Central Coosa, and that's who we'll play going from in week 2 and week 3. Then we go to Luverne week 4, and then week 5 we get to make the trip down to Brantley. Some coach down there was thinking, Luverne and Brantley back to back. I don't know. They need to talk to that guy. But then we get Isabella coming to us, and everybody knows how. So that's our 3-game gauntlet right there.
Yeah.
Of course, these first 2 wasn't easy.
Yeah.
But our what we're going to pride ourselves on is that week 4, 5, and 6, where we got Luverne and Brantley and Isabella. And then we get an off week, which after we play those 3, we're going to need an off week. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And then we got Francis Marion, I believe, week 8. And they will be coming to us. That's when we'll do our homecoming. And then week 9, we'll have Thorsby, which we'll have to travel to Thorsby this year. And I saw they got a big win this past weekend against Jemison. So so I know that they've been doing a great job up there building that program up. So hopefully we'll be up to the task and go up there. I know that's going to be a challenge. And then week 10, we will end with Lochapoka coming to Highland Home, and God knows they got the athletes, and Coach Rico Newton does a good job up there as well.
So how many home games?
This past week, didn't they?
Yes, they did. I believe they beat Beulah, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right.
So
how many home games do we have for the Flying Squad?
Oh, home games. Put me on the spot. Let's see. Well, our next 2 will be at home, and then we'll have Isabella, and so our next 2, Isabella, and then we go to Thorsby. I'm sorry, Francis Marion and Lochapoka. So we have 5 home games.
5 home games.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, Coach, you mentioned your wife. Have you got children?
Yes, sir. I got 2. I've got my son's actually asked about a Little League program. My son is actually on the Mighty Mites, or Tiny Mites. Everybody calls it a little different. He is in the 2nd grade, and he lives and breathes football. He loves it. I don't know where he gets that from. So, but no, my son's name's Mac Pouncey, and just couldn't be more proud of him. And I've never tried to push it all on him or anything, but I guess he walks through the living room and he sees football on TV, he just automatically fell in love with it, or anything to do with the ball. And
they don't get much of a choice when you do that.
That's right. And my daughter, Leighton Pouncey, or she goes by sister, and she's on a little pep squad. She's 4 years old, and she's wide open, buddy.
Now, a little bit about Alabama Christian. What do you expect from them, Coach?
Well coached. Got a lot of size. I mean, they don't do anything. They're not going to beat themselves. Last year what was a physical game, and biggest thing is right now, and my biggest concern is the depth. I know they have depth, and they can roll guys in 2-3 deep, and we're going to be playing both ways. But I believe we've conditioned, we've lifted, we've done extra running. I mean, our guys are up to the task to play 4 quarters, even with limited numbers. But it's hard whenever somebody else has fresh guys they can roll in. But they're very well coached. They're going to they're very explosive on offense. I know they got two good backs. They got quarterback who's a tall lefty who can sling it around the yard, and they protect him well. So I mean, we're really going to sell out, and we're going to focus on stopping the run. And that's been my motto since I started. We're going to stop the run. If you're going to beat me through the air, then I'll tip my hat. As long as we get beat and not us lose the game, if that makes sense. If somebody's better than us, I can live with that if we've executed and did the things we're supposed to do. But I feel like we can go up there and compete, and even with our short numbers. And
they lost last week, am I right?
They did.
Trinity 6-0.
To Trinity. And Trinity, of course, is a very good football team
very
as
good
well.
Football team.
As you know, Trinity and Alabama Christian both went deep in the playoffs last year. I think Alabama Christian ended up 10-3. One of those losses was to Trinity to start the season, and then, of course, a playoff loss to American Christian, who was the semifinalist. Right. And I don't know who got them in the middle of the season, but they're very good last year, and I don't think they've missed a beat.
Bart, do we have any highlights from last week's game? We don't.
I will. Okay. I'll make sure we get that going next week.
Well, Will, on behalf of Bart Snyder, I'm Forrest Lee. We want to thank everyone for tuning in to the Will Pouncey Highland Home Flying Squadron football show. Yes. And we'll come on each Wednesday night at 7:30 in that time frame, and we'll be on for 30 minutes. We want to thank all our sponsors for the shows tonight, and you'll see replays throughout. You'll see the introductions of players throughout this listening area from time to time. And Coach Pouncey, good luck. Good, some people like saying good luck, but go get them.
Go get them, yes, sir.
Go get them. Work hard.
Absolutely.
And like you were mentioning, go ahead, Bart.
Well, a couple of things. We want to make sure, we thank our sponsors for putting this on, but we also want to make mention that Troy Cable this week will have the games of the week will be Carver, Montgomery will be at Enterprise, and that's a 7 o'clock game, as well as Charles Henderson at Montgomery Catholic will be a 7 o'clock game. So, some good games going on. Nothing like high school football, in my opinion. Been a part of it for 34 years. Get to look at a different side of it this year. I have to admit, though, it was a little different Friday night sitting there watching y'all and not being a part of it.
Well, like I told Chip, after the game, I said, if I had you in the booth, I'd rather you've been wearing a headset talking to me, so giving me some pointers.
Yeah, I didn't see where you could have needed anything that I could have given. Y'all look very good and excited about what's coming with Highland Home football this year. Great county when it comes to football. I tell you, I told them on the way back, when you put Crenshaw County and Pike County together, that's some great football.
I want to interject one thing. People. A good friend of mine, Claude Giddens, he and I go way back, and we were talking about, football, and he was going to leave Georgia and was looking for a spot. I said, Claude, there's one place that just needs a little bit of push. It's there. It's Highland Home. And for a while, about 5 years, y'all started rocking and rolling and beating the Luvernes and the Brantleys. Get ready. Wait. Montgomery Academy, that's the focus. That's the blinders.
Alabama Christian.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. Alabama Christian. The blinders are on. Then we'll worry about the next opponent.
That's exactly
Good luck, Coach.
Thanks so much. Thank y'all for having me.
Best of luck, Coach.
Yes,
see you next
Thank
week.
y'all.
Actually, I'll see you Friday night.
Friday night.
We'll be back with our next coach, Roland Jones from Brantley High School.
And Dixie Supply customers are saying, the best place for metal roofing materials. This company is amazing. Customer service was top-notch. Best service in the industry. We've used them for years. Best place ever. The metal roofing headquarters in our area. Come see for yourself why customers choose Baker Metalworks and Dixie Supply. Baker Metalworks and Dixie Supply, your metal roofing headquarters.
In the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle? We've got what you're looking for.
So come see us at Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC in Troy, and you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC. Our wide selection of pre-owned vehicles looks so good, you'll think they're new.
So take the short drive to Bill Jackson Ford in Troy, where you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
Bill Jackson Ford, Troy, Alabama.
Since 1959, the Commercial Bank of Ozark has been serving our community. It doesn't matter whether the times are good or bad, or if conditions are normal or different. The Commercial Bank of Ozark is here to serve you, your family, and your business. We make all our loan decisions locally, and we do it in a timely manner. Car, new home, home improvement, or business loans, the Commercial Bank of Ozark is here with the expertise and help for all your banking needs.
Your Wiregrass Honda dealers, Sam Boswell Honda and Enterprise and Jim Skinner Honda in Dothan,
are the place to get your certified pre-owned Honda.
the only kind of Honda that looks like new, drives like new, but doesn't have a new car price.
Certified pre-owned vehicles come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty,
a 182-point inspection, and a Carfax.
Now is a great time to upgrade to a certified pre-owned Honda.
Come see us today at your Wiregrass Honda dealers.
Come join Wiley Sanders Truck Lines today. $1,000 sign-on bonus. We match your 401k up to 4%. Blue Cross Blue Shield. We also have a dental plan. You could be the next driver of the month. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. You're a certified mechanic looking for a job, then come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line. That's right, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We need good mechanics. Call John Smothers or Ken Bray for the maintenance department. You will have a future at Wiley Sanders Truck Line.
Hey, this is Chip Lindsey, head football coach of your Troy University football team. Save thousands on new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Shop PremierTroy.com, our local hometown dealership. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody.
Wiley Sanders Truck Line has been in business since 1959, and we're steadily getting bigger. I'm surrounded by new equipment. That's right, new equipment. Here's one that's ready to go at Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We have Blue Cross Blue Shield. We have 401k. We can match your 401k up to 4% of your gross pay. If these tires roll at Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, you make money. Ride the best, drive for the best. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama.
When you think Troy Cable, think of a world-class network. Think of friendly local customer support experts. Think of reliable internet, phone, television, and security for your home or business. Most importantly, think of a hometown company connecting its community. Think fast, think friendly, think Troy Cable.
Hey Troy fans, this is Coach Josh Lauer, head coach for your Troy University volleyball team. Save thousands on new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Shop PremierTroy.com, our local hometown dealership. Nobody beats a Premier deal, nobody.
Hey, this is Coach Scott Cross, head coach of your Troy University Trojans basketball team. Save thousands on new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Shop PremierTroy.com, our local hometown dealership. Nobody beats a Premier deal, nobody.
Come join the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Blue Cross Blue Shield, 401k. Oh, 401k, we match it up to 4%. We have a dental plan. We rolling at Wiley Sanders Truck Line. When these wheels roll, you make money. Drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Roll now and rock later. 4% of your retirement. We match the gross pay by 4% at Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Roll now and rock later. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Sandy, you tell them.
Check out what Baker Metalworks and Dixie Supply customers are saying. The best place for metal roofing materials. This company is amazing. Customer service was top-notch. Best service in the industry. We've used them for years. Best place ever. The metal roofing headquarters in our area. Come see for yourself why customers choose Baker Metalworks and Dixie Supply. Baker Metalworks and Dixie Supply, your metal roofing headquarters.
Welcome to the Roland Jones Brantley Bulldog Coaches Show. We have Bart Snyder. I'm Forrest Lee, and we want to welcome Coach Roland Jones from Brantley High School. This is the Brantley Bulldog Football Coaches Show. Thank you, Coach, for coming.
Yes, sir. Thank you all for having me.
Last week you played in a jamboree with G.W. Long. Tell us a little bit about that, Coach.
We did. We had scheduled a game a couple years ago, and our offense coordinator David Watts took the job over at G.W. Long, and so it was good for us and him for his first game, first jamboree, we got to play a lot of kids. He played a lot of kids, and I played a lot of kids, and you know, it was neck and neck throughout. Sort of toward the end, our younger kids scored a couple touchdowns, but it was a good match for us. We got a lot of work. You know, it's funny, we doing exactly what David does. So I mean, it was a mirror of each other because we do the same thing offensively. But he's a great football coach, and he's going to do a good job over at GW Long. But I was proud of our kids. You know, it was hot and it rained, and on the way over, it reminded me of going to Linden.
Yeah.
I mean, because it rained the whole time, and I was just saying, hey, the last time we was on this bus, it was flooding, and then this time it's flooding, but it quit. And we had a good night. We did.
And the temperature, the weather was nice last week.
Yeah, it was. It was.
And you're not playing this Friday, but next Friday you'll play home against Kinston.
Kinston, correct. Got to be our first region game. Kinston is our first region game, and it's at home.
Talking about the GW Long game, now, can you explain to us how that game was played?
The first half, we played all starters.
Okay.
And then the third quarter, we played our 2s and 3s, and then the fourth quarter, we played all JV.
Okay.
So, you know, it was a good matchup the first half.
A great opportunity to get guys to play.
Yeah, because some of them kids, they get out there and they work every day.
That's right.
Just like them starters, and they never get to play in a game. So, you know, everybody got to play. Even I had a few 7th graders got to run out there a few plays. Right. So, I mean, it was good for everybody, and we got to look at all of them on film, and it gives us a chance to evaluate each one of them for this week.
And I know people listening wonder about a jamboree, exactly how the jamboree works and stuff. And there's many ways that we can do it, but I like the way y'all have done that one right there.
Yeah, and David, he was good, you know, with it. You know, in that way we did get to play everybody. So it was a good night.
Yeah, that's great.
Well, Coach, who else is in your area or region?
In our region, we have Kinston, Pleasant Home, Florella, Sampson, Red Level, McKenzie, Georgiana, and us.
Okay. So now you're one thing that I know, being from the land of Goshen.
Yes, sir.
You know, when you go to Brantley, it's like I got the same feeling around Goshen, but it's like, man, Brantley. Man, these rascals know how to play football here. Even when I was in school.
Well,
but the community support, you know, because Goshen's got a great community support, but it's like, I told somebody before, I said, if I was in coaching and I was 1 or 2A, I said the first team I'd call to play would be Brantley. There ain't nobody I'd rather whoop, because there's nobody I respect more than Brantley.
Yes,
but I may not whoop them.
Right.
Brantley is, y'all have had a lot of tradition down there, and I'm figuring out, how did you get Little rolling? Because I know your daddy a little bit through the guard.
I don't know. I guess when I was 4 or 5, that's when I was little.
Yeah. Well, you talk about like tradition, and that's one of the things, being a head coach there at Goshen, one of the things that I wanted to replicate was what took place at Ayrton. I have people telling me all the time, we need to go watch these college coaches, go to this coaching clinic. I'm like, no, I'm going to go talk to Coach Lowry. I'm going to talk to the Brantleys. Ayrtons, these people here. How do you make your program go? And, you know, we're here to talk about this week, but tell me some things that impresses you. I mean, you played at Brantley. You graduated from Brantley. You was an assistant coach at Brantley. Now you're the head coach at Brantley. It's a special place.
Well, you know, that goes back to the families. You know, they instill in them when they're small that they need to play for the Brantley Bulldogs, and you know, they support in all kinds of ways. And, you know, you got them little bitty ones running around saying, one day I'm going to be on the varsity, and, you know, and they've been some good coaches there, very good coaches, and a lot of pride in the town, and a lot of pride in the football, along as with other sports. But the community is just so close-knit. And they support you in any way they can, and you know, they raise these little ones to be big ones, and you know, they work hard. I mean, there's no doubt they work hard, but you know, I can't take credit for that, and other coaches can't take credit for that. It's just a mindset that when they come to school, expectations. You know, they don't want the class that just graduated to be better than this class. So it just, it's filtered each year, and it's really grown. And like I said, I can't take credit for any of it.
Well, Coach Jones, let's talk about the offensive side of the ball, your receivers, your linemen, your backs, and your quarterbacks, if you will.
Okay. Offensive side of the ball is our quarterback, Tucker Kilcrease, who is a Troy University commit. And he's been playing quarterback for us, front for us since the 9th grade.
I think he'll be good at watermelons seeds.
He's a good basketball player. He's a good baseball player. He's a very good golfer. And he's a great athlete. But I coached his dad, and he was a great athlete too. So,
Shows you how old we are.
Ain't no doubt. Ain't no doubt. But he's a tremendous athlete, and he's a big competitor too. He wants to do his best, and he wants everybody to do their best. And then at receiver, we got Morrell Edwards, Khalid Smith. We got Caleb Weed. Got Jordan Parks. Got both the Parks. Little Jaden, he's playing a little bit of receiver. DeQuan Pittman. Receiving core is pretty much what we had last year, except we lost Kenyon Dixon. He played receiver for us last year, so we lost one receiver. And then Wesley Person, he was our other one. That was the two receivers we had. But we got most of our receivers coming back. And then at running back, Robert Shine and Kedrick Brown. And both of them played last year, and both of them are juniors. Robert, he's about 230. He's a load, and he runs the football well. He I kid him all the time. A couple of years ago, he was playing guard for me, and because he was so big. But he's done a good job for us. And then Kedrick Brown, who is being recruited by some schools, is a running back for us also. And we rotate those guys, try to keep them fresh. Offensive line is we lost about 1,500 pounds across the front from last year. So, that senior class we had last year had a lot of big guys, and we're replacing them. And a lot of these kids that are playing offensive line now played in a lot of games last year, but they wasn't starters. The only starter we got back is Kai Dunn, who is our center. Then our guards is going to be Tanner Crawley, and Romeo Presley. Our tackles is Kendrick Welch and Tyson Grant. And then we have another couple other kids that's working in there. We've had 5 or 6 quarantine, and they linemen, so they was more of our backups, but they competing for the job, so we really don't know about them. They've been out. They come back next Monday, so
yes, sir.
They've been out. But that's our offensive guys, and it could change week to week, but mainly that's the ones we got.
Who's your long snapper, your extra point snapper, your kicker, your holder, and your field goal?
This is gonna be a funny answer, but Tucker's our long snapper.
I did the same thing when I coached middle school ball.
As long as his head's down, ain't nobody supposed to be making contact.
Right. And I've always got my quarterback to be my long snapper. That's just something I don't know. I did it a long time ago, and it's usually worked out pretty good for me. Kicker right now, Kedrick Brown and Kendrick Welch will be kicking for us.
Who's the holder?
Holder is Jordan Parks.
Okay.
And then his little brother Jaden. They both hold for us.
Well, let me say one thing that my wife and I were watching the interviews that Bart gave, and it was different high school kids, but I think one of the Brantley kids, he said, and he preempted them or gave them, when I asked you for your classification, tell me what grade you in.
Right.
So what's your classification? 1A.
He was correct.
That's right. He was right. He was dead on.
He was dead on.
Jody and Bart would look at the camera and give a big old smile. Jody liked to roll off the couch.
I'm sure.
Anyway, let's take a short break, and when we come back with Coach Jones, we'll talk about the defensive side of the ball, and then we'll talk about his upcoming opponent, Kinston. We'll be back in just a minute with the Roland Jones Brantley High School Bulldog Show.
In the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle? We've got what you're looking for.
So come see us at Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC in Troy, and you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC. Our wide selection of pre-owned vehicles looks so good, you'll think they're new.
So take the short drive to Bill Jackson Ford in Troy, where you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
Bill Jackson Ford, Troy, Alabama.
Since 1959, the Commercial Bank of Ozark has been serving our community. It doesn't matter whether the times are good or bad, or if conditions are normal or different. The Commercial Bank of Ozark is here to serve you, your family, and your business. We make all our loan decisions locally, and we do it in a timely manner. Car, new home, home improvement, or business loans, the Commercial Bank of Ozark is here with the expertise and help for all your banking needs.
Your Wiregrass Honda dealers, Sam Boswell Honda Enterprise and Jim Skinner Honda in Dothan,
are the place to get your certified pre-owned Honda.
the only kind of Honda that looks like new, drives like new, but doesn't have a new car price.
Certified pre-owned vehicles come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty,
A 182-point inspection and a Carfax.
Now is a great time to upgrade to a certified pre-owned Honda.
Come see us today at your Wiregrass Honda dealers.
Come join Wiley Sanders Truck Lines today. $1,000 sign-on bonus. We match your 401k up to 4%. Blue Cross, Blue Shield. We also have a dental plan. You could be the next driver of the month. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. If you're a certified mechanic looking for a job, then come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line. That's right, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We need good mechanics. Call John Smothers or Ken Bray for the maintenance department. You will have a future at Wiley Sanders Truck Line.
Welcome back to the Brantley Bulldog Football Coaches Show. We have Roland Jones with us. This is Bart Snyder. I'm Forrest Lee. I want to thank Troy Cable for putting this together. Coach Jones, you talked a little bit about your offense a few minutes ago. And if you will, just kind of talk about your defensive players. I know it's a mix and match, and it's a work in progress.
Most of our guys play both ways. Our defensive front, it's going to be a little different. They don't play offense, so Dylan Rhodes and Janice Tyson and Tydarius Ball, John Tay Billups, some of those guys, Preston Bell, Tyreek Smith, they're going to play on the defensive side, and hopefully they just play defense and we can keep our offensive linemen, fresh, so they don't have to play both ways. And then Kedrick Brown is our middle linebacker, and he's the one that I was talking about, our running back, and he's a good player, and he's a team leader, and he'll be running the defense for us. And then our outside backers are John Bush and Kendrick Welch and DeQuan Pittman, Robert Shine, Trey Pittman. We've swapped some around, and then secondaries, Morrell Edwards and Caleb Weed, and then Tucker. He plays defense too when we need him to. We put him in there, but we can't take the chance on him. But we do, he's such a competitor. He wants to be out there on the field. So, but the Jordan Parks, he plays corner for us too, and Khalid Smith. So it's some of the same guys that play offense, except our defensive line. That'll be different guys.
Well, Coach, how many seniors does Brantley have this year?
We have 11 seniors this year. We had 15 last year.
Okay. JV football, do you know when your first JV game may take
Monday
place?
night. It's supposed to play Goshen Monday night.
Where will it be played?
It will be in Brantley.
Brantley. Okay. So this Monday night.
Correct.
Be Goshen rolling into Brantley.
Yes, sir.
And that'll be at what time? What kick?
6 o'clock kick.
6 o'clock kick.
Yes.
Do y'all have a kicking game in JV?
No, I mean, it's hard enough to have a kicking game in the varsity level. Ain't no doubt.
Which Goshen being listed as 3A, but Goshen ain't no 3A school. They're right there with y'all. But that ought to be a pretty good little game right there. But I understand y'all got a pretty good little running back on
We do.
Right
Trey Pittman, he's a good little running back, and then Coach Parks, his son's our quarterback. So just getting those guys a chance to play, means so much, and because they come out there and have to practice against the varsity every day, so they want to play against somebody their own age, and so it's good for all those kids to get a chance to play.
Well, Coach, if you will, I don't know if we've talked about your coaches that are coaching with you and your administrative staff that you have there at Brantley now.
Okay. Our new principal is Miss Casey Moore. She's actually from Troy. So, she took over early July, I guess. She's doing a good job, and we're pleased to have her in Brantley. And and her husband is the head football coach at Goshen.
Right,
So
we had him on earlier.
yeah. So you know, it's funny. I carried her some shirts in there, and I said, you know, you got to wear these. But yeah, I mean, she's doing a great job, and you know, she's from her husband's a football coach, so that's good for me, I think.
I think so.
But then our coaching staff, we have Matt Stidham, and he's doing our defense, and then Austin Brook and Andrew Kilcrease is running our offense, and then we have Andre Parks. He runs our receivers. Dalton Tidwell, he runs the running backs, works with the running backs and the DL. And then Johnny Cal Young, he works everybody. He keeps our timer and he keeps all our. I mean, I couldn't do without him. I mean, he does everything. And then, like I said, I mentioned Andrew Kilcrease. He's with us, and that's Tucker's dad. He was in coaching, and then he got out, and I coached him several years ago. So I had to twist his arm to get him to come back and help me. But he's out helping me. And then I hired a new guy this year, Harry Griffin. He played at Elba, and he went off to Virginia, school in Virginia, and played, and he was coaching over in North Carolina's small school, and he's coaching our offensive line and our defensive ends, and he's doing a tremendous job for us.
Bart, anything you want to add?
No, just excited about football starting back. Hope this COVID doesn't mess us up any worse than what it's already doing, but I feel like a couple of weeks we're going to be back to normal with things, and Coach, wish you the very best.
Well, appreciate it.
Excited about it. Enjoyed meeting your players the other day. Got a great-looking group of guys.
Yeah.
Very good-looking group.
Well, I was going to ask you
Yes, sir.
about your family, your wife, children. I know Roland Jones, but have you got youngins?
I do. I got two of them. I got one who's a freshman at Troy University. He played for me last year, and he was the 1A lineman of the year.
Oh, I have met him. He played golf too, didn't he?
He plays golf
I
too.
saw him
yeah.
at the Brundage Country Club.
Yes,
Some
sir.
of them come from Brantley.
Yeah.
And the Kilcrease's little brother was there
That's
too.
right.
With,
That's right.
With a last name of
We
Leighton. There was a Leighton.
Leighton.
There was
Leighton,
a Leighton.
Yeah. They all play, and but he's a freshman over at Troy, and then I have a daughter. She's 20, and she's a junior at the University of Alabama. So I got them on both ends. My son, he didn't want to go because he stays here and works. So 12 o'clock, he's headed to go make him some money. But my daughter, she's a Kyle up at the University of Alabama.
Kyle Omega.
Yes,
now,
sir.
let me ask you a question. What, I know how Miss Stephanie is like his #1 fan and #1 supporter, and she does a lot of things behind the scene when Bart was the head coach at Goshen. If you will, tell us a little bit about your sweetheart.
Well, my sweetheart's Tanya Jones. It used to be Tanya Matthews. Her maiden name is Matthews, and she works at National Security in Elba, and she works a lot. But she's, you know, she has to sit up there, and when they're fussing and whether it's good or bad, she has to listen to it. But she's wonderful, or she wouldn't put up with me for this many years. And
Is she from Brantley too?
She is from Brantley. She is from Brantley, and she's a Troy graduate as myself. And so she's I can't say enough good things about her. She's always there when I need her, good or bad. And she has to listen to some of the gripes and some of the complaints, but she hadn't kicked me out yet.
How long? What did y'all? What year did you graduate from Brantley High School?
1986.
1986. Well, one of my neighbors, her maiden name was Sanders. She's married to one of the Hill brothers. His daddy, Kenny.
Kenny. Yeah, he played for my
She
dad.
is a new teacher there at the elementary school. I
That's
think
right.
Ms. Moore. So she's driving from Troy to Brantley every day.
Right.
And
One of the twins, ain't it?
one of the twins. Well, it's the twin dad, Brandon and Brent.
Right.
But it's, I think Aiden's going to school there, little boy Aiden. But his mother, I think her first name's Melanie, maybe. But anyway, but they're
And the Hills, they from Brantley.
Yeah.
the Hills.
A lot of tradition, a lot of support in that
Yeah,
group right
yeah,
there.
they
It's
are.
great.
They are.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank Coach Jones for being here, and we want to wish you the very best this school year and season as it relates to football and all other sports. And next Friday on the 3rd of September, you will host Kinston in your first area game of
Yes,
the
sir.
season.
Yes, sir.
And best of luck to you. And Bart, I'll let you close it.
Thank you.
We're going to close it with wishing you the best, Coach. But we're also going to make mention that we'll have in place of the Brantley-Luverne ball game, we'll have the Carver, Montgomery, and Enterprise on Troy Cable 2, and then on the Channel 17 will be Charles Henderson at Montgomery Catholic. Go out and support these high schools.
Does Catholic come here? Do we go?
Yes, he said they come to the vet. I know
Okay.
they came here last year, but I think that was because of COVID. They came so we could spread out a little bit. So that game will be here at Charles Henderson or at the vet. High school football is here. It's the best thing that there is. I love it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a short break. I want to thank Coach Jones for coming. In a minute, we'll be back with the Carroll of Ozark Eagles. The next coach will come on to the show. We'll be back after a few messages.
Head football coach of your Troy University football team. Save thousands on new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Shop PremierTroy.com, our local hometown dealership. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody.
Wiley Sanders Truck Line has been in business since 1959, and we're steadily getting bigger. I'm surrounded by new equipment. That's right, new equipment. Here's one that's ready to go at Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We have Blue Cross, Blue Shield. We have 401k. We can match your 401k up to 4% of your gross pay. If these tires roll at Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, you make money. Ride the best, drive for the best. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama.
When you think Troy Cable, think of a world-class network. Think of friendly local customer support experts. Think of reliable internet, phone, television, and security for your home or business. Most importantly, think of a hometown company connecting its community. Think fast, think friendly, think Troy Cable.
Hey Troy fans, this is Coach Josh Lauer, head coach for your Troy University volleyball team. Save thousands on new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Shop PremierTroy.com, our local hometown dealership. Nobody beats a Premier deal, nobody.
Hey, this is Coach Scott Cross, head coach of your Troy University Trojans basketball team. Save thousands on new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Shop PremierTroy.com, our local hometown dealership. Nobody beats a Premier deal, nobody.
Come join the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Blue Cross Blue Shield, 401k. Oh, 401k, we match it up to 4%. We have a dental plan. We rolling at Wiley Sanders Truck Line. When these wheels roll, you make money. Drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Roll now and rock later. 4% of your retirement. We match the gross pay by 4% at Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Roll now and rock later. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Sandy, you tell them.
Check out what Baker Metalworks and Dixie Supply customers are saying. The best place for metal roofing materials. This company is amazing. Customer service was top-notch. Best service in the industry. We've used them for years. Best place ever. The metal roofing headquarters in our area. Come see for yourself why customers choose Baker Metalworks and Dixie Supply. Baker Metalworks and Dixie Supply, your metal roofing headquarters.
In the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle? We've got what you're looking for.
So come see us at Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC in Troy, and you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC.
Welcome to the Carroll of Ozark Eagle Football Coaches Show. This is Coach Patrick Plott. On behalf of Bart Snyder, I'm Forrest Lee. We want to welcome Coach Plott to the show. Thank you for coming.
Thank you guys for having me.
And the Carroll of Ozark. Coach, if you will, tell us a little bit about your personal background, where you grew up, high school, college, and your coaching path to Carroll.
All right, I grew up in Carrollton, Alabama, over in Pickens County. Went to high school at Carrollton, played for Coach Billy McGee there. From there I went to Jacksonville State, played football there under Coach Bill Burgess. Played receiver there.
Wow.
And
I bet you got some stories there, don't you?
Great man, great coach, man. And from there I went back to my old high school and got my coaching career started there, and been several different places. Got my first head coaching job at Aliceville, which is also in Pickens County.
Oh, yeah.
You know, went from Aliceville to, and then I was head coach at Greenville for a year. And I went to Auburn for 5 years, and now I'm starting my second year at Carroll High School.
Who did you coach under at Auburn High School?
Adam Weingart.
And so this is your second year as the head coach at
This is
at
my
Carroll.
second year as head coach at Carroll.
Carroll of Ozark.
Yes,
and y'all are the Eagles. And Coach, do you have family?
Yes, I do. I'm married to my college sweetheart, Makia. You know, we met at Jacksonville State. She was a track runner at Jacksonville State, and I played football there. You know, so we've been married now for 21 years. We have 4 kids, 3 boys and a girl.
What are the boys' names?
Cordell being the oldest, he's the football player at UWA. Jalen being the second, and he's a junior at Carroll. And then Peyton is a freshman at Carroll, and Taylor is the baby girl who's a 5th grader.
So when you say UWA, that's Livingston, that's
Yes.
University of West Georgia.
University of West Alabama.
West Alabama.
Yes, sir.
West Alabama. Okay. Just out of curiosity, what number did you wear in college?
12.
12. Just had to ask that question.
I wore that number in high school and college.
Okay. And Coach, in your area, who are some of the teams in the area there for Ozark that your area or region opponents?
Pike Road, Andalusia, Rehoboth, Hetland, Greenville, and Charles Henderson.
That's like the region that Goshen's got. It's
tough.
It's tough.
It's
That's tough right
There's
there.
not an off night there.
No,
it's not.
Not at all.
It's not.
Not at all.
Oh, there is when you play open. You may have a little bit.
I guess
That's it.
when people look at those things, they wonder, like, why is this coach not being able to do this? Well, you know, it's tough when you play the University of Pike Road.
Right.
I mean, you know, they got a LED light show. You
Yes.
know, when you go there, do y'all play them there, or are they at Carroll?
We went there this past year. They
Yeah.
come to us this time.
And I'm sure that was something for your high school guys to see, that show flickering the lights.
It was
and stuff.
definitely different for
Yeah.
our kids.
And they're on a turf field too,
on
right?
turf. On turf. So.
And I understand they got, if they didn't have it last year, they have a huge scoreboard now that's there to add to the lights and everything. You know,
they have it all.
They do.
They have it all.
It's impressive. But, you know, having coached, I've had the opportunity to hear a lot about you. And I have an older brother that lives in Auburn. And whenever you took the job at Carroll, he told me that Carroll was getting definitely a class act and definitely see some great things coming from you. And I tell you, from what I've seen, there's no doubt each year, I expect to be even better this year.
Yes, sir. And that's our goal each year, is to be better than we were the past year. Even each week, you know, I was telling these guys on the way here, you know, our goal is to get better each week. You know, not only in football, but as better people.
Right.
Become better young men. You know, the goal of our program is for each young man to leave our program an excellent man.
And you know, Coach, a lot of people don't understand, as high school coaches, we're just not coaching the game of football.
No.
We're coaching life, and we're coaching a lot of people that all they're going to be is great high school football players or good high school football player. We may get an opportunity to coach some D1 or college football players, but most of the guys that we're going to coach and you're coaching are young men that are going to leave high school ball and go either to college or go right on into the work world. And it's you that help install so much to make these young men the future fathers and business leaders of our communities.
Yes, and that's what our program is built on. You know, we want these guys to be better fathers once they become fathers, you know, be better brothers, be better sons, and that type of thing. So ultimately, as a coach, you're going to be judged on wins and losses, but that's not what it's all about.
Correct. I agree 100%.
Coach Plott, if you will, let's talk about your coaching staff that you have at Carroll.
I have a great coaching staff. Offensively, I have Coach Joseph Suber. Coach Suber is our offensive coordinator and offensive line coach. You know, Coach Greg Cobb coaches the running backs. Coach Michael Barker coaches the receiver. And we got Coach Birdsong, Coach Britt Birdsong coaches the quarterbacks. Defensively, Alan Manus is our defensive coordinator, also coaches defensive ends. Coach Dominique Jackson coaches the defensive tackles. Coach Thomas Boswell coaches the linebackers. And Coach Mike Henry coaches our DBs.
Now, you also, Carroll has a you'll have a JV team.
We do.
Do you have a game next week?
We played this past Monday.
Okay.
We played Enterprise. We lost that one 6-0, and we play again next Monday.
Okay, who will you play this Monday?
We play Headland.
Where will it be?
It'll be at home as well.
It'll be at home as well. So any home ball game, varsity and otherwise, can they pay with money, or do they have to go to GoFan?
GoFan. All games will go through GoFan.
GoFan. So
Yes.
you can probably go to your school system's website and find it through the athletic program, or just go to GoFan and find it there. Now, Coach, you had a tough opponent this past Friday. You played. You followed. They were one of the big dogs in a class above you, and you know, it was 40-8, I
40 to
believe.
8.
But some of the key things, positive things that you saw in that game, Coach. What are some things or some players that you would like to mention?
Offensively, we didn't have, after going back watching the film, we didn't have a lot of bust, which was a positive. You know, the big thing was on special teams. We had too many mistakes on special teams. I thought defensively we really got after it, but we spent too much time on the field because we didn't have a lot of success offensively. But, you know, I thought our guys played hard throughout the game, and, you know, we finished strong throughout the game, didn't quit playing. And, you know, we was proud of them for that. And we just got to get all the mistakes corrected. And everything we've seen on film is fixable.
So you do have an open game this Friday.
Yes.
And then next Friday you play at home. Against
Yes.
Pike Road.
Versus Pike Road.
Okay.
Yes.
And Coach, when are they scheduled to be on TV the first time, Troy Cable, if you will?
They have them on Channel 2 will be the 17th September, and that'll be against Headland. And then they'll turn around on the 24th. They'll play Pike County. And let's see what we got here on Channel 17. They'll play Charles Henderson on October the 15th. That's it. So they have 3 games that they'll have on Troy Cable right there.
So Troy Cable has 2 TV shows or 2 channels, Channel 2 and Channel 17 on Friday night about 7 o'clock. Go back and forth, and pick you out a game, watch both of them or whatever you can do, get you to another TV if you need one. But throughout our listening area, we have about 12, 14 counties here at Troy Cable. So each Friday night, go to a game in person.
That's
would be
exactly
the best
right.
thing. Go to a game in person, but if it's for some reason you cannot, Channel 2 and Channel 17. And you can find the local high school games there.
Hey, I want to mention one thing. You mentioned Coach Suber, Danny Suber, but he also is married to a Coach Suber, right? That does the cheerleaders.
Yes,
and I'm telling you
he
now, when she was at Goshen, I'm telling you, I still got some things that she do the little drawings, how the girls would give y'all little treats and stuff. And
Yes, sir.
I'm telling you, she's probably one of the best.
She
and
does a great job. She does a great job.
You know, and I got to throw her in right there, Coach Suber and his wife, Coach Suber. They're some great people, and I know it's great to have them there with you.
And you know the thing about coaching, man, you have to have a great wife at home to be able to do what you do coaching wise. And my whole staff, we all have that.
That's great. It's it's a family.
It is.
It's a family.
It is.
And they have as much love for your players that
Yes.
you do because they're part of the flock.
Yes. And I think these guys that I brought here with me tonight can attest to that. You know, so they see it firsthand.
And they see the relationship a man has with his wife and the love that they have, and it gives them something to emulate.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. We talked about that at the end of practice today. So
Okay.
Well, that's good. You know, that's one of the things that I heard so much about what you bring to it. It's just not the knowledge of the game of football, but what else you present to these young men that they should be able to replicate later in their life. And that, to me, is such an important role as a head coach, especially at the high school level. And
Yes.
I commend you greatly for that. Each of those guys that have been on here prior to you are the same way,
Yes,
but you
sir.
especially have.
Well, Bart, we have interviewed Carol Ozark. Isn't it being replayed?
Yes, it is being replayed.
And did you do that?
No, I did not do that. Do you remember who did they came and interviewed your players, right? Did Troy Cable do that? Not yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. Well, hopefully we can do that, but that's one of the things that Troy Cable tries to do.
Okay.
Last year was pandemic,
Right.
no, but they will come to a high school and just, hey, I'm David Jones, I'm number 4, I played offensive line, and then the next guy that come
Okay.
up.
I got a text right here from Coach Fred Burden, Charles Henderson Middle School, and he wanted me to make sure I pointed out that y'all have a middle school program as well, and that y'all will be playing Charles Henderson.
Yes. Coach Daniel Outlaw is our middle school coach, and him and his staff does a really good job over
That's
there.
D.A. Smith.
Yeah,
When do
D.A.
they play?
Smith.
Does it say?
I can next Thursday night.
Next Thursday night, where will it be?
He didn't say, so maybe he'll shoot me that text.
So-
Coach Burden, if you're listening, obviously
D.A.
you are.
Smith will play Charles Henderson Middle School next Thursday. That's good. That's probably about a 5 or 6 o'clock kick would be my guess.
I would say
usually
it's
between 5 and 6.
But Coach, real quick, how many seniors do you have?
We have 14 seniors.
14 seniors. And if you would, you could mention, some of your players before we get a couple of live ones up here on the set here in a minute.
Okay, tonight I got with me our center, Riley Jordan. Riley does a really good job for us. He calls out all the defenses for us up front. He's the leader up front. And also we have senior Austin Mitchell, who plays in the secondary for us, kick return guy for us, and he also plays some offense for us.
Okay. Now, offensively, can you talk about your offensive line, your receivers, your quarterback, and those things?
Yes, sir. Offensively, we're a spread team. We try to mix in run and pass, try to be 50-50 if we can. But everything starts with Riley up front, with him being our center, and Keyshawn Cole being our quarterback. Keyshawn started for us last year as a freshman. So he's grown and gotten better this year, and we expect him to continue to grow. And we have some guys out at receiver, Dakota McLeod, Cambry Jordan, Stephen McIntosh, and Carson Edwards that we expect big things out of. And Lakeith Person is our running back. Lakeith, I thought, ran the ball really hard last week, and we expect him to continue to get better as well.
On the defensive side of the ball, Coach?
Defensive side of the ball, we are multiple defensively. We play 3-man and 4-man front. Up front, it starts with Makari Griffin at the nose, and then at defensive end, Jalen Giles, who plays hard for us all the time. And then at linebacker, Carmelo Overton. Carmelo is a big-time linebacker for us, big time, being recruited big time. Also at linebacker, you have Jaquez Strong and Cooper. You also have Cooper at linebacker. Then in secondary, you got Austin and Jordan Killings, Jason McIntosh.
Okay. Well, Coach, who is your snapper and your punter and your stepper for extra points and
PAT kicker?
Long snapper for us on punt is Jason McIntosh. On extra points is Brody Nation. Our kicker punters are Emilio Gomez and Braden Gibbert.
Okay. Now your kick return specialist or your punt return specialist, who are some of those guys?
Austin is kick return guy. Also, Jordan Killings is a kick return guy, and Jordan also is our punt return guy.
Okay. Well, Bart, any more?
No, I think you need to, go to some commercials right here,
So we
get
get
pay
those
the bills,
tickets.
and get those players.
Well, certainly we want to thank all the sponsors for this is our first show of the year. We've got a lineup of 6 coaches that are coming on.
And may have a few added to that.
May have a few added to that, maybe early in the day, but we'll be back. This is the Carroll High School Coaches Show. This is Coach Patrick Plott, and Coach, while you're up here, on behalf of Bart, we'd like to thank you for coming. Thank you for coming up to Troy for this, and we look forward to having you next week. We want to wish you and your program the best of luck, and when we come back, we've got a couple of players for the Carroll High Ozark team. We'll be back in just a minute.
The Commercial Bank of Ozark has been serving our community. It doesn't matter whether the times are good or bad, or if conditions are normal or different. The Commercial Bank of Ozark is here to serve you, your family, and your business. We make all our loan decisions locally, and we do it in a timely manner. Car, new home, home improvement, or business loans, the Commercial Bank of Ozark is here with the expertise and help for all your banking needs.
Your Wiregrass Honda dealers, Sam Boswell Honda and Enterprise and Jim Skinner Honda in Dothan,
are the place to get your certified pre-owned Honda.
The only kind of Honda that looks like new, drives like new, but doesn't have a new car price.
Certified pre-owned vehicles come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty,
a 182-point inspection, and a Carfax.
Now is a great time to upgrade to a certified pre-owned Honda.
Come see us today at your Wiregrass Honda dealers.
Come join Wiley Sanders Truck Lines today. $1,000 sign-on bonus. We match your 401k up to 4%. Blue Cross Blue Shield. We also have a dinner plan. You could be the next driver of the month. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. If you're a certified mechanic looking for a job, then come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line. That's right, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We need good mechanics. Call John Smothers or Ken Bray for the maintenance department. You will have a future at Wiley Sanders Truck Line.
Hey, this is Chip Lindsey, head football coach of your Troy University football team. Save thousands on new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Shop PremierTroy.com, our local hometown dealership. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody.
Wiley Sanders Truck Line has been in business since 1959, and we're steadily getting bigger. I'm surrounded by new equipment. That's right, new equipment. Here's one that's ready to go at Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We have Blue Cross Blue Shield. We have a 401k. We can match your 401k up to 4% of your gross pay. If these tires roll at Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, you make money. Ride the best, drive for the best. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama.
When you think Troy Cable, think of a world-class network. Think of friendly, local customer support experts. Think of reliable internet, phone, television, and security for your home or business. Most importantly, think of a hometown company connecting its community. Think fast, think friendly, think Troy Cable.
Welcome back to the Carroll High Football Show, Carroll of Ozark. And when Carroll plays football this fall, look for two numbers. Look for number 1 and look for number 77. Number 1 is Austin Mitchell. He's a senior cornerback. Austin, thank you for coming.
Thank you so much.
And another fella, number 77, Mr. Riley Jordan. He's also a senior, but he's the center. He's the brain of the team. He gets to touch the ball every play on offense. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
All right, let's talk a little bit about your career as a football player. Riley, we'll start with you. Have you always played at Carroll of Ozark?
Yes, sir. I started playing when I was in 4th grade. I actually played with Austin. We grew up together playing for Little League, Ozark City Schools teams. And I used to play defense, and when I got to Carroll in 9th grade, I moved to offense, and I've been playing center ever since and loved it. Couldn't change anything I've done.
And y'all played at D.A. Smith.
Yeah, well, I used to go to school in Dothan, but I played Little League in Ozark.
Okay. All right, Austin, a little bit about you. So are you been in Ozark all your life?
Yes, sir. I was born and raised in Ozark, Alabama. Like Riley said, he's been my best friend since Little League, rec ball. We played flag football all the way up to helmet and shoulder pads together. I've been a varsity football player, feels like my whole life, ever since the 8th grade, up under Coach Matt. He was my old coach. And then we got Patrick Plott, and ever since I've been playing for him, it's been nothing but the best.
Well, great. Riley, if you will, tell us about your parents. Who are your parents and any siblings that you have?
I'm actually an only child, but my parents are Amanda Davis and John Davis, and I couldn't have done anything that I've done without them. They've shown me what it means to be a real man, not only a football player, but I have to pay attention to my academics, and I couldn't have done anything I've done without them, so I really do appreciate it.
Speaking of academics, after Carroll, what are your plans?
My plans, if I can play football, I want to play football. Just want to have a chance from somewhere, show everyone what I can do. But I want to go into politics and go into law. Hopefully, I'll major in political science or business and use that to go to law school. I might do some type of veteran affairs to work for the people that work for me, because without our veterans, we wouldn't be here without them. So fight for them in some way and use that to get into politics one day.
Well, I'm a fan of number 77 by you saying that. I'm a veteran, and
thank you for
I've
your
got
service.
a prize for you. I got a gift for both of you. You may
Yes,
not
sir.
be able to see it on
Yes,
the
sir.
set, but I want to thank y'all for coming. But so I'm so impressed with both of you. Austin, if you will, tell us about your family and any siblings that you have.
I'm the only child. I have no siblings besides my first cousin, Dejana McCray. I'm very close with all my family members, but my mother, Janet Mitchell, that's my queen, my rock. She supports me through everything. She pushes me, and my dad, you know what I'm saying, he raised me and taught me how to be a man from day one. So I love both of my parents. Austin Mitchell.
Austin. So are you junior?
No, I'm not a junior.
You're not junior?
No, sir.
All right. Now, if I asked you what your favorite subject is?
No, sir. My favorite, I like all the subjects. I really do love science. I've always been fascinated by science, so I love science. I like all the subjects, though.
You sound like me. I loved going to school.
Yes, sir.
I loved going to school. First thing I did, I went to the office and saw what was for lunch.
Hey, lunch might be my favorite subject.
What about you? What's your favorite subject?
My favorite subject is science or anything to do with anatomy. I like to learn about the body. Like Riley said, he's going to school for politics. I'm going to school to be an orthodontist. I'm fascinated with teeth. I just love smiles. It's something that interests me. So.
Well, I imagine on Friday nights y'all gonna light up some smiles, and we want to wish you the best of luck. You know, you don't play this week, so you had a tough opponent this past Friday, and you'll be at home against Pike Road.
Yes, sir.
And I know that y'all. What about your school environment and your administration and your fellow students? I want you to talk about the relationship that you have with your fellow students and the faculty and all of that.
You want to start? Or you want to?
Well, first and foremost, our principal, Andrea Manus, she is the best. She supports the Eagles. Almost every athletic program that we have, she's always there supporting. You can catch her at any game. She's a great principal to have. Mr. Barton, he's right along with her. They're always at the game supporting us. They're always in our corner. You know what I'm saying? And when you need them, they're always there for you. You can always go talk to them about anything, whether it's school-related, sport-related, or just something that you have to get off your chest. So they're real nice people. And the school environment is, everyone loves football. Our school is very supportive when it comes to sports. So that's something that always brings everybody together. So I love Carroll. I love the environment there.
And building off of Austin, I completely agree with everything he said. We have a great administration, great student social environment, and great coaching staff. We actually had last year, we talked about one team, one family. It's all a family environment. We've all grown up together. We're all close together, and we all support each other through everything, whether it's athletics, academics, any part of our high school careers, I guess.
I don't know if I asked you, what are your plans after high school?
I plan to go to Auburn University or UAB to, further my degree in study in dentistry to be an orthodontist.
So I see you're a fan of Vanderbilt. What do you have, a Vanderbilt wrist on?
Yes, sir. This is just some bracelets that I got from camp that I went to this summer.
There at Vanderbilt?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Vanderbilt and South Carolina.
Do y'all have what all activities, Riley, are you involved in besides football?
Besides football, I'm in SGA at school. I'm an Eagle representative, and I'm part of the varsity track team.
Okay. Shot, discus?
Shot put and discus. I joke around. I say I do hurdles, but that's not for me. But sometimes I'll do a little bit of javelin. And then I'm with the Alabama High School Athletic Association Leadership Council.
Good. Now,
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about that, what you just mentioned. Say that one more time and explain your role.
The AHSAA, Alabama High School Athletic Association, Student Leadership Council. Every year, I believe it's 8 people they select out of our area, and we go up to Montgomery and they teach us what it is to be a leader. They have us do different little teamwork building projects. They teach us how to learn with each other, talk with each other, and get a feel of what it means to go into society after high school and how to shine your light throughout society.
Okay. What about you? Any other activities? This is Austin.
At Carroll High School, I'm a part of the National Honor Society. I'm part of the Spanish club, and I run track, play basketball, and I play football for Carroll.
Okay. Well, y'all got I think the more you're involved in, it makes it fun. While you're in high school, enjoy high school and be involved. And I'm going to tell you right now, I know Coach Patrick Plott is excited about the leadership that is right here sitting at this table with Austin Mitchell, number 1. He's a corner. Do you have any role on offense at all?
Sometimes I come over and play a little bit of wide receiver, just to go catch the ball and run.
And you're a returner?
Yes, sir.
Kickoff returner?
Kickoff returner. I just enjoy running away from people on the football field. I feel like nobody can catch me.
Have you got a nickname?
No, I don't got a nickname.
Okay. All right, Riley, what about you?
I go on defense some to play some nose tackle.
Okay.
Get to hit some people.
All right, now, real quick, I want you to name an elementary teacher and name a high school teacher that's been very influential in your life as a student at Carroll.
Me start?
Yeah.
All right, with elementary school, I'll go back to Kelly Springs. First person that came to my mind was Miss Breedlove. It's Miss Katina Breedlove. I was in first grade when she had me. She stayed with me throughout first grade. She knew my mom as a teacher. They taught together, but Miss Breedlove took me in and really showed me everything that I could do and built that foundation for me getting where I am today. And in high school, there's so many different people that I can think of in high school. They've all the teachers at Carroll have been done a great job being supportive and leading us through high school and to the next level. But one person that I got to think of is Coach Cobb, Coach Gregory Cobb. He's probably watching right now. He keeps up with me a lot. He's the masonry teacher. I know it's not a core subject, but he's just done a great job being influential in my life. He's taught me how to be tough. He taught me not to be soft. That's our little term. And
so you've learned some masonry?
Yes, sir, I have.
Okay.
But
great.
he's just done a great job.
Isn't that right? And
yes, sir.
Okay.
He's done a great job leading me in my life.
What about you, Austin?
Back all the way back to elementary school, I had to go back to my teacher, Ms. Woodham. She was the first teacher that really helped me get out of my comfort zone and just.
What's her first name? Do you remember?
I can't remember.
Miss Woodham.
But
what elementary school?
Mixon.
Mixon. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
But she really helped me get out of my comfort zone, just helped me push myself, and just made me reach beyond my limits, and just helped me. And in high school, he's a new coach, but like Coach Potts said, Mike Henry. When he came in, he was, you know how you got to adapt to a new coach. But as you grow and you get to know and listen to the things that a coach actually says, some of the things they say stick. And one thing Coach Henry always tells us before any game or before we practice, he says, "You don't. The game don't owe you a whole lot, but hold on. You owe the game a whole lot, but the game don't owe you nothing." And I think about that every day. Like, football is a privilege to be playing, and you got to cherish every moment of it. And
that's not what Carroll High School can do for you, but that's what you can do for Carroll of Ozark High School and the Eagles.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I am so impressed with Austin Mitchell and Riley Jordan, and y'all have been successful. I think you're going to be successful on and off the field, and it's been a pleasure for me to sit up here and ask you a few questions and talk with you. And ladies and gentlemen, the Carroll of Ozark Eagles will play not this Friday, but next Friday at home against Pike Road. Go watch them play. Look for number 1, Austin Mitchell, and look for number 77, Riley Jordan. They're coming. I'm excited for Carroll. And guys, I want to thank you on behalf of Troy Cable, on behalf of Bart Snyder, and all the staff here. I want to thank y'all for coming, and have a great day and a good day tomorrow. And thank you for joining the Coaches Show. Thank you for all our sponsors, and we'll see you next Wednesday night at 6 o'clock for the Coaches Show, starting with Charles Henderson.
This is Coach Josh Lauer.